What's up? Sunday night, 10:30 p.m. here, live at the Adams Arms. It is, of course, the Sunday Social. A chance to reflectively look back on a week that has been in the world of football. And it's not like we don't have a lot to talk about, is it? From last Sunday's victory over Chelsea, where I think a lot of us were like, please, let's make sure we get the job done against Brighton. And we did. All of the concomitant fallout from that, Hertzler and Alan Pardew. Who knew Alan Pardew was still relevant, right? Saying, I think I'm right in quoting him, and saying that if Arsenal win, and by the way, it's not if anymore, when Arsenal win the league this season, they'll need an asterisk next to their name just to connote the fact that we did not play to the high standards of Alan Pardew et al. And if that wasn't good enough, then on Thursday night, we could all settle back fully in the knowledge that we're top of the league. And, of course, I haven't even mentioned Manchester City dropping points at home. All these people that tell us they're the juggernaut, the mighty juggernaut that's going to catch and win every single game. And instead of that, 2-2 home draw. Not an auspicious event for them. So they are now 4 points behind, even if they win their game in hand. And the probability of Arsenal winning the league has leapt to a very convincing 92%. So, look, if you're not going to show some chest now, if you're not going to be full of confidence now, I might suggest you're probably never going to be, right? But all of that, Thursday night, we get to settle down and watch Tottenham Hotspur already having to endure the fact it was St. Tottenham's Day, fresh from having been dispatched by us, conceding another 2 goals to Eberechi Eze, 5 goals in 2 games. I got home a little late. I was out till 8:30 and I got a notification on my phone that said that Crystal Palace had gone 1-0 up. So when I actually put the telly on and found it was the other way round, not realising, of course, that Crystal Palace's goal had been disallowed because of, faintest offside reason, I was already kind of preparing myself. Well, you know what? It's a great season for Arsenal fans if we have a chance of winning a title. And we should just be happy with that. But then I watched it unravel. And I watched the end. I can only be honest with you. The end of the game, watching those fans sit there and it start to dawn on them that their away form isn't great and their home form is even worse. And they might really be facing the prospect of going down and all of the financial risk that comes and all of the awfulness that comes with that. And the following day, I was listening to TalkSport, and Danny Kelly, was saying, it's not fair. You shouldn't show that on TV. You shouldn't show the struggling Tottenham fans coming to terms with their disastrous season, because you don't know, some of those fans might only have Tottenham. Can I just suggest, if your entire life, if the only good thing about your life is Tottenham, you are well used to struggle and depression. I considered, should I lean away from talking about the misery of Tottenham? I'm going to leave it up to you guys. If you want to talk about it, I'm here for it. Tottenham get battered everywhere they go and everywhere they don't go. Do you think, like I do now, this is going to be a really exciting season if they get relegated and we win the league? And I am saying it. I think we're winning league. I'm not quite there with quad loading. Boytendi, I hope he's in later. He's been talking about the quad loading for a while. I'm not quite there yet, although I have seen people talking about it throughout the media. And I do think, I think it's the sort of thing. But the main thing that has occurred to me this week, and I'm sure it's occurred to you as well, is that people seem to want very much to hate on Arsenal. And I kind of understand it. They hate us. I've lived through, perhaps I'm much older, but perhaps some of you have not lived through times where people didn't really have strong opinions about Arsenal. Perhaps in the days before AFTV, where people were happy to say that we'd played at one time some of the best football in the country, but those days were long gone, and now we were sort of banter club that didn't really ever challenge, that were bullied off the ball, not strong enough, didn't have enough warriors out there. Feels like the alternative to now, where everybody's having their say, as I already alluded to, I already touched on Pardew talking about how we'd need an asterisk next to our name if we won it. Never heard that before. Didn't hear that in 91. When you win the league, you just win the league. And the reality is, I don't know about you, but I don't care. I'm going to let them say whatever they want to say. So on that note, with that in mind, I should say, I'm just trying very hard to do two things at once here, you probably guess. But but I have actually prepared a little song, which hopefully we can all get behind, which celebrates the fact that, you know what? If you hate us, good. It's not going to make a blind bit of difference in the parade. If we win just the league this season, I'm happy. You can talk about choking and bottling all you want. But this is a fantastic season so far. On top of all of that, Tottenham going down would be fantastic. And then, of course, today we saw almost all of the rest of the games in the FA Cup played out. Tomorrow we just have West Ham versus Brentford, and then we'll know. So far, big clubs still in it. Arsenal, Manchester City, Liverpool. Can you call Chelsea a big club? Yeah, I'm going to call Chelsea a big club for now. Leeds, big club, huge history. Southampton, Port Vale. Those two must have been a surprise for everyone. And tomorrow we find out if West Ham or Brentford get in. I'd love it to be West Ham. I think they deserve it this season for the spirit they've shown and for overcoming the adversity of a relegation battle, which looked doomed just weeks ago. Honestly, I don't know who I'd want to play in the next round. So that's my big opening question to you. I'm going to go through the comments and then hopefully I'll be able to introduce a short musical interlude because it has now finally downloaded, but I am going to need a moment. So perhaps we'll get someone up here to help me. But before all of that, let me just go through some of your comments. After all, that is why you're here. And it is with great pleasure that I welcome Hawkwind. I'm kind of milking that a little bit because I'm still trying to get something done. But how are you, Hawkwind? Hello, keys. How the devil. I love it when he's first in. And Malt Licky, Texas. Good evening, landlord. Hope you're good. I am outstanding. Had a wonderful day. Hope you did as well. And then there's the traditional banter that we've all come to love between Zanzi and Hawkwind, where geezer, no, you're number one geezer. And then I need a pee. And we haven't talked about the TP for a while, have we? Get yourself sorted, mate. Cheers, Zanzi. Nice to see you, fella. Kermit's middle finger is here. Ribbit indeed. Riveting show for you tonight. Malt Licky, Texas, bladder empty, and I'm good now. Hope you're great, mate. Thanks in the TFI. All good, Zanzi. Miss Molina, Queen of Arsenal. Fantastic to see you. Good evening to you indeed. Evening, landlord. I'll have a pint of Mansfield's Best and a packet of But We Won, please. I was so surprised to see that even in a week where we've almost made certain the Premier League title, got through to the quarterfinals of the FA Cup by hook or by crook, playing a second-string team. Max Dowman. Do you want to talk about Max Dowman? I'm kind of still feeling like he's still at school. Can we stop getting too excited? But at the same time, God, he does look special, doesn't he? But we got through against Mansfield. There were no upsets, no surprises like we saw today. And there were still people out there going, it's not good enough, it's not good enough. This is a weird cultural phenomenon for me as an Arsenal fan that can trace my time back to 1989 and the 91 season where we were not a glamorous, free-flowing, aesthetically pleasing team, but we got the job done. And by the end of the George Graham era, of course, it was 1-0 to the Arsenal, and that was good enough for us in those days. Then, of course, Arsene comes along and we play the exciting, free-flowing, attacking, va-va-voom football of the Thierry Henry, Robert Pires, Dennis Bergkamp. And it feels to me like until we get back to that, there is a section of our fan base that's just not going to be happy, which is mental. If you win the league, be happy, please. Now, Malia's here, Queen of Tea. Evening, boss man, all legends in chat. Great evening to you. Hope you're well. And now look at me. Shameful scenes at Ibrox today. Hope Rosie was not there. No, I'm certain she wasn't. And I think... Whew, it must be tough, man. It must be tough. There is so much hate. I would say at least the thing I can say about Tottenham hating us is it doesn't spill into that. That's too far. That's when it's gone too far. But it's sectarianism, isn't it? and the Queen of Arsenal, Zanzi, Hawkwind and Morley-Tex, all getting shout-outs from Malia. Massive elevations. Luke Watt, evening gooners. Majin's here, not going to be confident until we've won the league. That's too late. You've got to have some chest before then. Sorry, it's just a fact. You can't... What are you worried about now? Honestly, another meltdown. If it happens, it happens. Let's strong it out. Let's just be tough. Let's. Come on, man. Hola. And Matt Swinton. Shout out my little bro on his 19th birthday. Big blessing. Is that his name? I'm a Norns. I'm a non. I see how very funny you are. Surely it'd be Heezer. Anyway. Have you ever seen Tottenham win the league? Have you ever seen Tottenham win the league? No, of course not. Stevenage putting Tottenham again. Ole. Yep. Fantastic. BX Gunner 8129. Greetings, Jose. Get out. Oh, here we go. Before Arteta actually played good football and didn't use cheating tactics, lol, and the manager and fans are more arrogant while winning nothing. Luke Watts. They're what are you going to do with these people? What can you do with these people who are never happy with anything? Just perhaps do something else for your life. But I suppose you can't really, unless we ban people, you can't. What can you do? This is all such shit as well. I tell you what, get out of the rat race. One, you don't remember the George Graham era, do you? And you don't remember Bertie Mee's side in 71. Zanzi, I hope he gets up here in a bit and he'll tell you that wasn't a team that was noted for its success at Flair. So all of this shit is before Arteta we did this, before Arteta we did that. Before Arteta, there were 22 years we didn't win the league. All right? Have it right. And where are we? Rosie, fun dabby Rosie. Evening, ladies, with a little lady sign. And of course, it is International Women's Day. And what an important day that is. I hope we all found a way to celebrate it. Of course, next week is Mother's Day, and this one's a sort of a build-up to it. I don't really know what it is, to be honest with you. Queen of Scotland, trust you are not running out. No, she wasn't on the Ibrox pitch. But if she had been, that would have been a short, sharp riot indeed. Mind the hoops, people are saying, contentiously. I think we leave that a little bit. I don't think I'm the only one who sees a resemblance to Harry Symeou. What, me? Okay. Well, I think you are. I think you are the only one. Dank 50. I think you've been smoking some of that sticky icky, haven't you? Unless you're talking about someone else, I missed it. Sorry, my phone keyboard has glitched. Where are we? I was not. Both fans need to be banned. Well, yeah, I mean, you can't. What's the point in playing games between Celtic and Rangers if no one's allowed to go? It is disgusting behaviour. I think we used to see borderline robotic and systematic players that the moment someone young comes through that hasn't been bastardised the system, we instantly assume they're going to be a late Majin. I like it. Let's have that conversation. If you're saying what I think you are, which is that Max Dowman may not be the saviour. He may just be a very naughty boy. Disgusting behaviour from both sides, says Rosie, and we all agree with that. You have to, don't you? Look at this. He's actually... Luca... stuck in the Zuckerberg dungeon is actually predicting we're going to win the league. Even with this manager, Luca. Even with these fans. I've never been to an Old Firm game. Too scared. There's always fighting before and after. I can only imagine. I mean, obviously it's a ridiculous time to ask this question, but would any of you actually want to go to an Old Firm derby? It's not something that I'm just not... I don't like that level of anger and hatred and vitriol. I think it's bad enough when you go to whatever the Spurs stadium is called. It's just not for me. I don't mind a bit of banter, but like I'm not into football violence. And if I was, I'm 52 years old. You'd have to be able to do it from an armchair. Do you know what I mean? Like you'd have to be able to, like a pugil stick from one pub chair to the other. That's about as far as I'm going in. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I would get involved in that. And I did watch the Danny Dyer vehicle. I don't know. I was kind of hoping it was going to be Football Factory 2, but of course it wasn't. Marching Powder, I think it's called. Bloody awful film. But I do still love you, Danny. You're still always going to... Football Factory is still a classic. Look at this. Lucas saying we will win the league, Arsenal. I think we 7-draw to... you know what? It's when you spend a lot of your time predicting things that don't happen, people kind of stop listening when you... let's just see what happens, shall we? I think he can be under a different manager, but see him being ruined and destroyed by injuries and You're quite gloomy, aren't you? You're quite a gloomy person. I need somebody up here to get through the gloom. There he is, Zanzi.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Has it all gone to shit? Do we need a different manager? Is the football not quite to your liking? Is not quite as exciting as Bertie Mee's 71 double winning side or George Graham's 91?
I can remember the mid-70s when we were 15th and 16th in the table, and everyone was still quite happy, really. Yeah, well, not happy, but I don't know.
There's a lot of this negativity. I was really surprised. I've been enjoying Dan Potts more and more recently, but I watched a little bit, only a bit of it, after in the FA Cup, and Mansfield goes, "Oh, we've got to talk. This isn't good enough." And I was like, "You get through the game. That's good enough."
I have a question for everyone, including yourself, young Daniel.
Yes.
There, you're that way, aren't you? Yes. What have Arsenal's 67 points got in common?
I don't know. What have Arsenal's 67 points got in common?
Let's see if anyone in the chat knows.
Oh, well, where we were in exactly 91,
No, absolutely now.
What have they got in common now?
Yeah, with some other team.
Of now?
Of now.
Inter Milan, 67. Barcelona, Real Madrid?
No. They were all this year. And last year.
So this year and last year? Is it exactly where Liverpool were last year?
No.
Okay. I don't know. Maybe that's a good question. Depends what the answer is. Is it a joke? Are you telling a joke?
No, it's the truth.
All right, cool. Who do you want in the FA Cup? I'm ordering. Do you want City now? Get them out of the way?
I think if City played Chelsea, I'd be quite happy. Port Vale at home would be quite nice.
Port Vale at home would be quite nice. I'm thinking Southampton, Port Vale.
Or
Please
Leeds.
Don't be listening. Huh?
Or
no,
Leeds.
I don't want to say it out of respect and deference for Mr. Tom, but yeah, I'll take Leeds again.
Yeah.
I think they've done well to get there, and patronising comments over. I just think I don't want another game with Chelsea. Leave me alone. Fucking every cup game can't be against Chelsea. Liverpool, I think listen. Am I the only one? Can we get in the comments here, guys? Am I the only one who thinks that it doesn't really matter? That I don't mind if we go. I don't need the quad. I don't really believe in the quad. I can say that because Boytendio hasn't shown his face yet, but. Do you care about the FA Cup at this point?
I'd rather win the FA Cup than the League Cup, let's put it that way.
Yeah, I think it goes for everybody. It would go either the Premier League or the Champions League.
But I was looking at the FA Cup, who had won, and you had Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal, Man City as the first four teams to go through, and I'm thinking that's strong.
That's strong. I think people are taking it seriously this year.
Yeah, and then it went a bit tits up today, didn't it?
Well, interesting. I didn't watch any of it because I was at a family birthday having a really lovely time. Great to see Leeds go through. Surprised as hell that Port Vale got through, obviously.
Yeah, and Southampton.
Southampton, yeah.
It's surprising. Penalty.
This is what I mean. So I don't know anything about the games. Maybe you can elucidate in a little while.
But elucidated now.
Malt Licky Tex is saying, I saw Lincoln City fans singing Tottenham away, ole ole. How do you stand on the whole, let's not tease them too much?
Stuff it, let's tease them.
Let's tease them.
The 67 points, that is the amount of points that we have now is exactly what Tottenham have last season and this season.
Combined?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's rubbing it in a little bit. Leave them alone, man. They're going through a tough time.
No. I like rubbing it in.
Leave them alone. They're doing their best. Like, you know what? Like, that game against Chelsea, it's just... The thing is, it's because they're not even trying, you know? You've got to give it a go. You can't not have a go. And watching them play against Crystal Palace... I know that Mickey van der Ven couldn't wait to get in the changing room, could he? He was like, I can't be arsed with this.
I'm off.
Yeah, he's like, do we have to play this game? He's like, yeah, we're committed. Well, 90 minutes. I can't be arsed. Did you think it was I'm checking, because I had my moment where I thought, much as I don't like him, but was that really a sending off? Was it a penalty?
Oh, yeah, the bloke was through, wasn't he? And if he hadn't grabbed his arm, he'd have scored.
It just feels a bit harsh. It can't just be me that thinks it's a little bit harsh, can it? Oh, maybe it is. Maybe it is. What can I say? Hang on.
But
a second.
I was watching someone else. I haven't got a clue who it was now, and it wasn't a fan channel. It was like Talk Sport or something like that, and they're talking about Tottenham and the fact they're saying that Tottenham have never been in this position, and they don't know how to fight out of relegation.
They had last season. They had practice. I don't really get it.
Yeah.
I don't really get it. Honestly, I've heard a lot of things like that. But Danny Kelly was on, he was on there saying, you probably shouldn't mock the Tottenham fans because you don't know what they've got going on in their lives. It's like, hang on a minute, there's no banter anywhere. Don't take the piss out. Because they've always been so generous to us as well.
When they have been, yeah.
Yeah, when we failed to win the league, they've been the first to put their arms around us and go, never mind, you've done well.
Yeah.
Stuff.
I just love the way that they were cheering Man City when Man City scored against them last season at home.
Well, this is what you get, isn't it? If you want to see a team, we don't care about winning, getting points. Well, that's what's happened then, isn't it? Rosie's making a point here. Get out of the rat race one. Since we've seen you last, Arsenal have won a game. Yeah, I'm shocked you're not bringing positivity again. I don't think everyone's got positivity in them. Do you know, there are just people who are basically, I don't know, how do you describe it? They are electrons, aren't they? Arsenal not Arsenaling under Arteta. Sack him. All the squad. Knock down the stadium and everyone go. Well said. It's 2 away from 69. Hawkwind, get your mind out of filth, son. Did you win the league with the same points? No one's ever won the league with 67 points. I'm fairly certain of that. We did indeed, but it's hard to be that positive considering the performance was so shocking. Do you know what? I think, I think you just find it hard to be. Look, imagine. I can't even be bothered. Sorry, get out of the rat race. Can you put a little an asterisk at the start of your next comment if it's something that's worth reading out, because otherwise I'm just going to go straight through it. It's the same points Man City were on last year. Don't think it was. They had a bad season last year. Remember, though, they were in transition. They've got it tough, Man City. Top scoring teams in Europe, Bayern, Barca, Arsenal. I know. It's not good enough. We need to set ourselves higher standards. Do you think we win a trophy, and which trophy can you see? I think, genuinely, probabilities are what they are. We are now 92% likely to win the Premier League. And all those people who said, no, I don't see Man City dropping any points. Well, they have now, haven't they? We can all stop talking about whether Man City are going to drop points, because almost the first opportunity they had. And Nottingham Forest at home. Come on. Right? So Rosie's pointed out you won though, and gave a couple of teams a go at it. It's like we played Mansfield and we won. Not good enough. We're not playing good enough. Look, every title run-in I've ever seen, which is 5 more than Rat Race, it's been nervy at the end. Like I've talked about it so many times, like Derby and Wimbledon, the 2 games before the Liverpool in '89. We started looking a bit nervy in '91, although that was a procession. And of course, every player who's this close to achieving something that no Arsenal player. I mean, there's been some amazing Arsenal players, Ozil and Cazorla and Sanchez and Jack Wilshere, that have never lifted a Premier League title. To be this close to it now for players like Saka and for all of them, it's going to have an impact. And I'll take all this criticism that we're not playing great football. Man City, are they playing great football? They looked good against Newcastle. I'll caveat that.
No. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, Chelsea won 4-2 at Wrexham.
Yeah, it was close. That was a great game.
But it wasn't until the lad got sent off.
I know. It's shameful. So disappointed. I loved watching that game. It took me all the way back to '92 when Mickey Thomas's free kick knocked us out and we had a goal disallowed for offside. We're not doing that. Teams, this is what the FA Cup is, but it's not good enough. No, you got to win with bells and whistles on, or people like Rat Race aren't happy. Do you know what? I'm confident that there's such a minority of people that there's loads of streams you can go to where they'll agree with you anyway. Spurs have 67 points since the start of last season. Mortlicky Texas got it right.
Yep.
I'll never know if he got it right before you said it or after, but I trust he did. He's an honest chap. won't be calling a Texan a fibber. Majin, I think it's important to play for every competition we're still in, giving each of them the proper respect they deserve. We haven't won a trophy in years. We have no right to be picky. I'm humbled by your comment. I absolutely agree with you. I am just being pragmatic, though, and saying, look, I expect the team to go out and do their very best to win. But at the same time, I'm not being greedy. I'm not going through to the end of this season getting upset if we don't win all 4 competitions we've entered. I don't really expect us to win the Champions League because I'm an Arsenal fan. I've never seen us do it. I'm not convinced. I think it's a coin flip against City, and they looked good yesterday. Coin flip against City in the League Cup final. And the FA Cup, like Zandy was saying, look, the team's still in it. Man City, Chelsea, Liverpool. I'm not trying to do the others down, but I think we'll beat the rest of them. So getting to the final against Man City in 2 competitions, it would be glorious if we won the treble or something like that. But I'm not saying we shouldn't go for it. I'm just saying, how upset would you be if we drew Liverpool and they knocked us out in the next round?
Imagine if we played Man City in the FA Cup final and we did what we did to Sheffield Wednesday.
That's why my head just went exactly to 93 and the Merson celebration and Andy Linegan's extra time in the replay winner, even though he had a broken nose. Mark Bright's elbowed him. These are halcyon days for me. These were like my form. Life couldn't get much better. I'd seen us win 2 leagues. I've seen us win, and the season after that was a Cup Winners' Cup.
And who was the lad who got picked up and then dropped by Tony Adams?
Oh, Steve Morrow.
Steve Morrow, yeah.
Who went on to be our head of our youth team development before Per Mertesacker. And Per Mertesacker's on his way out, isn't he? I don't know why I've gone Anthony.
He did a good job, old Steve.
I think so. He was there when Saka started. He was there when Ranieri started. He was there when Miles Lewis-Skelly started. There are many things I could say, but I don't know. I don't feel so confident in my opinions about the youth team anymore because I think there are much more informed people out there. Rosie has indeed not yet commented on what I'm wearing, but it is a fairly run-of-the-mill blue sweatshirt, and I'm not wearing a hat.
That's blue.
Yeah, it's blue. Yeah, it's blue. It's a dark. It's not even that dark actually. Look, what's this? Well, it looks darker. Like, no, trust me, it's blue. Arsenal. I know that because 2 people mentioned, "Oh, you're wearing blue today," so it can't just be me. So I think it's important to play for every trophy too. I was going to think it looks a little like he has roadkill in his. I don't. I love cannabis that smells like roadkill. Skunk. Sakalaka Boom Boom, still the best name. Anyone disagree? Everyone else is getting the new manager bounce from Tottenham. Comment of the night so far. Love it. Love your work. Loving it indeed. Lucky Singh is here.
That new manager's got the bounce like a medicine ball, isn't it? Dump.
Yeah. There's so much to say about Spurs. We could really talk about Spurs.
We could talk for a lifetime on Spurs and how really good they are.
Yeah, we could. We'd
have we couldn't talk about league titles because no one's fucking ever seen them in it.
No, it might even be made up. I don't know. I have seen the Pathé newsreels of the opened-up bus traversing through the horse-drawn carriages. Shit. They're just shit, aren't they? Back in the days when they were still in Middlesex, so they've never won it as a London
dodging the Roman centurions.
So where are we? I 100% agree with that. They're going to be competing with teams that have bounced up and down for years. This relegation battle is going to be more mental than physical. Spurs players will be complacent. I think they are. I think they've proven they are. I don't think Xavi Simons came to Tottenham to be competing at the bottom end of the table. I think he's had enough. I don't think their players... I mean, you can say what you like about Tottenham, but the players don't want to stay on the pitch even during a match. You know, like Romero's just coming back and Van der Ven's gone, tag, you're it. You fucking deal with it. Archie Gray looked good, but who else had any fun? I mean, Solanke. The worst thing I saw was when they had all of the players who were injured on the bench. That's like the worst move I've ever seen. Like it is. It's just a really, you know, everyone's on the pitch going, well, look what's on the bench. Kulusevski and James Maddison and, you know, silly people. Crazy Spurs considering another manager change. I don't know what's going on, but the Igor Tudor appointment is just one in a long, long line of very questionable decisions, isn't it?
I think they are doing what we did last January in the transfer window, i.e. not doing anything because they're not going to win the league. And they're doing something like, well, we brought in old, what's his name again?
Igor Tudor.
Eagle. No. And they're thinking, well, we're going down, so bring him in and then we can kick him out and get someone proper in.
The thing is, and you know, I'm not showing any sympathy. This isn't about sympathy, but the loss of, they've already started losing commercial revenue. Even if every player in that team has something built into their contract that they get, 50% wage of going down, they are looking very strong candidates for administration. Tottenham Hotspur could very well be going bankrupt because they are just not set up. I mean, they need, you're talking about a team that could still win the Champions League, of course. No, but they could. I'm not saying I think they will, but they could. So you never know. I've done a little Scar song to celebrate. Well, I've done a song to celebrate how shit Tottenham are, but I'll post that separately. Seeing is believing, says BX Gunner. Jose, would you mean the league? I don't know. Where are we at? Who's got something to say? Chelsea versus Man City is not going to be an easy game for City. No, of course not. City, look, if you're not beating Forest at home, right? People can stop telling me they're a massive team. They looked great against Newcastle, but I think the bit of Pep looked in good spirits. He was losing his shit on the sideline. No one's saying that City aren't a great team. I'm not saying that, but I am saying that I don't think they're playing that much more attractive football than us. They haven't scored more goals than us. And they couldn't when people are laughing at us, so we can't overcome Wolves, and then Liverpool lose there, and then they laugh about, we lost at home to Man United, but that's the only defeat at home. We don't draw against Nottingham Forest at home, so I think we win 5 more games, the league is done. I don't see Man City getting 4 points from here, but anyway, Rosie's with the Arteta out, Glazed out, Washington, this nice weather. Luton Jack Wilshere is on his way to Wembley for Papa John's Cup. Is that true? Go on, Jack. I just saw Port Vale advanced. Yes, we want Port Vale, don't we?
Yeah, I mean they are bottom of the Division 1 or League 1 now, isn't it?
I have no idea. I didn't know what Mansfield were.
They're by 8 points adrift or something stupid like that. They're actually 14 points worse off than Mansfield are.
It is the glory of the cup, isn't it? That's what you want.
Yeah, I mean, beating Sunderland as well.
Yeah, I'm Sunderland. I'm lacking firepower. Everyone's always said that about Sunderland, but they have. I think you see that a lot with these teams that have gone well above what you'd expect from them in the league, and these sort of things happen. I don't think any Sunderland fan has a right to be upset with that team at the moment. And this is the Millets here, and I was going to say it's great to see you, but then today's sponsor is Man at CNA. I don't think he's talking about you either. Gutted. Oi, Razor, put a bloody hat on. By the way, you give me the address of your barbers, I'll get your money back. I've got a set of skills for things like this. I have. Yeah, I wouldn't let you cut my hair with your combine harvester, mate. There he is. It's Weir's big arms, blue savannah eyes, dipped in sherbet, Herbert Earth, Ernie Vader, Gert Lush. The Wrexham game was brilliant. The red card was a bit harsh. Should have stuck with a yellow. Nah, do you know what? It was a red card. You can't really argue. Went in. What did the referee said? He went in high and with intensity. I think he meant intent. I don't think he meant intensity, but it sounded like a dance move. High and with intensity. Beautiful. But God, when their goal goes in and you think they've equalised despite it all. Oh. And I was watching it with the missus and she's like, no, that's it. That's onside. It's onside. I was like, it's not onside. It's not. But that's not fair. They should just let it just this once. And I was like, I never agreed with her more on anything. There he is. Boytendio. Nostradamus. He knew the quad was coming.
Maltlicky Texas is wrong because Coventry are going to get promoted to the Premier League.
Malia Coventry Hull City can play Yes, well, Coventry are definitely up. Middlesbrough are definitely up. Hull City, I have to basically stop supporting Hull City. I have to do it as a favour for my boss.
But who Tottenham will be playing is going to be, I think, Lincoln and Cardiff.
Lincoln. Lovely place. Go a bit, take a bit of time and visit City. So
nice cathedral there.
Yes, exactly.
Top of the hill.
I think I've never been. Support Arsenal. Don't need to. Boy Tendio says they have some decent players, but this league needs intangibles. It's not enough to just have ability. What is the ability being used for Spurs fans? Piss off. There he goes. Love it. Dustin Roberts, they are too inconsistent and will drop more points. Are we talking about Man City or Tottenham? Because I genuinely don't see where Tottenham pick up any points at all at this point.
I was having a look at their remaining fixtures and I was going to say lose.
Yeah,
lose. Might get a draw there.
No, I don't get a draw where? Like they haven't won a game in this year, right? And it sounds good when you say that. I know it's only the early period of March, but then you think, well, that is still a lot of games that they've had a chance to win and not won a single one. They got done at home by Palace 3-1. We can have a look ahead at their fixtures, but frankly, you're not predicting much for them, are you? I mean, it's not going to be an easy ride. The only thing is, I might say, honestly, West Ham's fixtures are just that tad bit worse, perhaps. Majin says it was red 100%. They just don't book the result of tackle or challenge. They booked for intent and Wrexham player wanted to do damage. Yeah, you know what I'm saying, but come on. It's Chelsea. I will be back. City delay. Oh, City. So you're saying City delay in the chat. So they're too inconsistent and drop more points. 100% agree with you. And I've been saying that for a while. And everyone says, oh, no, they know how to win trophies. And they're like, well, they drew at home with Forest, so can we all stop saying that then? They can't put a 10-game winning streak together now, can they? They haven't all season. The longest streak they've put together of winning games is 6.
Plus, most of their players haven't won anything. So
yeah, well, I mean, Donnarumma's won. They have won things, it's just not a City. I get your point.
Not the Premier.
I agree with you. Just know it's a glorious 2026. Spurs are set for relegation. Arsenal win the league. That'll do it. That would do it. That would make it a great parade and great. You'll be backed up with all the bananas. What is... Oh, right. Bless 2026 to all Arsenal fans. Even the Gluminati, fuck the rest of them. They aren't Arsenal. Exactly. Dan, all focus on Arsenal. Couple of goals at Everton. Yes, exactly. Then it goes... Where are we? Let's keep that team set and make goals. Everton, I think you know what, it's going to be interesting, isn't it? Because we play at 5:30, then Man City play at 8. Conceivably, by the time they take to the field, we could be 10 points clear. We might not. We could be 8 points clear. But if we win the game against Everton, I think Chelsea might get a draw at City, and then realistically, we are 9 points clear with them having 8 games to play. Beg pardon. Seems a bit much, doesn't it? Majin says, I was never worried about Man City's form. I was always worried about how we would hold up mentally during a period in the league in which we trip ourselves over. Now, that's a really brilliant comment, by the way, because I felt the same, right, Zanzi? You know, when you looked ahead at the fixtures that we had, I remember thinking, Jesus, Tottenham, Chelsea. No, but these are fixtures that are tough fixtures for us. And then Brighton away, I was not at all confident, as you know. I thought it might well be a draw. I thought it would go the other way round, honestly. I know we talked about it on the Tuesday night, and we all sort of said there is a chance here that Man City don't win. And I think I'm surprised at how many other places didn't see that being possible. But people just are so bought into the narrative, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, that little list of fixtures that we played, and you look at it and you think, we ain't going to get maximum points, and we did. Yeah,
and that's it. And that's that. You know, obviously it's not good enough. The football needs to be better, and everyone should be upset, and there should be a hanging or a flogging or something, because obviously for a club like us, winning isn't enough. You have to win, and then winning, I don't know. I'm getting bored of my own voice now. But this is what I'm getting, the vibes I'm getting. I want to talk a little bit, maybe not a lot. We can, you can be the judge of that, but the hate that we're getting right now is disproportionate. We didn't get this level of hate in 91 when we were basically, I've never seen any team get so much abuse, you know?
What's the word? Jealousy.
Is that all it is, you think?
Well, yeah, look at it. I mean, 60 years I've supported. I think we've won 32 trophies. So it's a trophy every other year. And I'm more than happy with that. No other team I know, apart from maybe Liverpool, Man United, have done that.
Mm-hmm.
But I can remember from years ago that there always seemed to be this bias. Listening to Arsenal play football, listen to the commentators. I mean, that Arsenal-Liverpool Cup final, 71, I listen to it now, and there's always this sort of thing, that commentator didn't really want Arsenal to score, did they? Because he raved about Highway's goal.
It was the days before they were the underdog.
Liverpool were.
Yeah.
Don't know.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, they were the underdog. It's the days before the good Liverpool sides.
Yeah. But it's like we were the first southern team into the Football League below south of Birmingham. And all these northerners saying, "Hey, bloody southern team, come into the league, eh? Can't have that."
What do you mean? Like, how do you mean? Because Tottenham were in the league before us.
No, they weren't.
We're in the first division.
In the Football League.
I don't know what you mean now.
Well, you know the Football League's like Division 1 down to Division whatever it was then.
Yeah.
We were first before any other side were. We were the first London side in the Football League.
Well, where were we playing before then?
Well, it's like knockabouts with all these other teams.
Well, that doesn't make any sense. And how did Port Vale go an entire season? I mean, so you're saying that, how did Tottenham in the first division before us then? Are you saying about, I don't know, I'd have to have that explained to me with a crayon because I don't really get what you're saying.
Yeah, we were playing matches, but they weren't league matches. And then I think it's when we moved to it wasn't to Highbury, it was to whichever place we were at before. And we put in to come into the Football League and they accepted it. So we were the first London side to actually join the Football League.
Okay. I mean, it's a bit before my time. I hope that's obvious. But
and before mine as well. I
know.
Yeah. Only a couple of years, though.
I shall do my research and come back on that. So I'm not letting you down by not knowing as much as I need to. But Dustin Roberts says our success is damning to other projects. It's damning to the fans like Chelsea, where you can talk about us choking all you want, or you can go, when are you ever going to win a league again? It could be 22 years before they win another league. With their current ownership, doesn't look like they're on track to do much. It gives Arsenal motivate going Glazers out fans. I knew there'd be a moment where he says Glazers out. I don't know how it has anything to do with us, but I'm here for you, man. Social media amplifies the hate Arsenal is currently getting. Yeah, but you know what? That also there is a desperation in some people just to be noticed. I think when Alan Pardew starts saying shit like the asterisks, he's saying, actually, do you know what, Alan? What asterisk is there next to your name except 3-time FA Cup runner-up? And just a bit daft. Weird thing to say. Oh, we're not playing attractive football. Sorry, it's not our job to entertain you. We're here to win the league. How about Brighton do some entertaining? Like 9 games they've won this season. It's a little like Ozil criticism. People love to criticise Arsenal. They have started to, definitely. But then here's the thing. They don't criticise us when we're not playing well. It's the only thing worse than being talked about is not being talked about.
True.
Right, okay, so we haven't had success nor trophy. Oh, God, I've accidentally read one of his comments out. Jesus, he's fucking... Can you imagine being stuck in a lift with someone that depressing? Yeah. Oh, my God, yes, well, I'll probably die in here now. Oh, God.
Yeah, the lift has broken down. Oh, God.
Okay, yeah, do you mean they'd find him? I tell you what. It's a very immature and entitled way of thinking about it. Major, don't even bother, mate. There's also no such thing as a product or process. You either win or you don't. Yeah, that's like probably, even in a litany of stupid things I've heard him say, that is, what you do is you just win it, or you don't win it. Well done, well said, that man. Can I just ask, and I like to ask this question, get out of the rat race, what have you ever won? Just pop that in a little comment, because otherwise I don't really need to hear from you how things get won. Makes the point all the more coming out of the banter era. Our progression makes others who are still languishing look worse. Dustin Rob's absolutely right, 100%. Woolwich Arsenal would be the worst Premier League team in Premier League history to win the Premier League title. How many times are you sponsored by the Premier League? Actually, we're not called Woolwich Arsenal. How old is this guy? How old is Samuel Ingram? Good God, can you imagine? He remembers us pre-1913. Are you okay? Would you like a sandwich? Fucking donut. It makes that is one of the reasons it's easy as fuck to hate Tottenham. Do you know what I mean? Because let's be honest, who the hell would do that? Go, you moved in 112 years ago, but you're still new here. I've been here all this time. Well, you've been wasting your time, haven't you? Yeah. In Middlesex. Other fans and clubs don't want us to win the way we're playing because they have invested so much time and resources trying to catch up to Pep, only for the blueprint to seemingly change again. Yeah. Here we go. Mikel Arteta and Pep Guardiola have killed football in the Premier League. Do you have a photo of that? With like one of them standing on the neck, the other one bludgeoning it. It's just these kind of. Do you get this on social media? If this was a real pub, these two wouldn't be allowed in. But also, it's just that kind of. It's the same old shit when you've heard. My dad says, if Arsenal have killed the Premier League, that's what my dad says. He goes, well, why does he say that? He says because you've killed it and Pep's killed it and there's no such thing as a process and Lee Gunner's my dad. Anyway, I'm enjoying that voice too much. If we win, nobody will remember the brand of football. Nobody ever does. I don't give a fuck. Was Leicester exciting? I don't remember. You remember that's the whole point, isn't it? We played amazing football. Do you remember that goal against Norwich that was finished by, I think it was Jack Wilshere, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That amazing goal. Right, so what? You didn't give us a trophy for that. If you only give trophies for points and the team that has the most points, don't get upset with how they got them. And also, I don't remember Jose Mourinho being ever considered anything but a fucking genius for getting parking the bus. And so, I don't even think he was the worst Chelsea. I think Antonio Conte was probably worse. I don't remember it being like swashbuckling, get forward football. I remember Man City for season after season strangling the life out of a game and keeping the ball. No one said anything. Senlak 86 is here. We're playing at Manor Ground, Plumstead, until financial reason we moved to Highbury in 1913. Okay. Like I said, it's before my time. They also said Mourinho killed the league with Chelsea, went and spent fortunes on players. Now it's a norm. Things change. You either adapt or get left behind. Spurs. Exactly. People are Arsenal. What does me winning have to do with elite sport being about winning trophies? How do you know about elite sports? What do you know about elite sports that the rest of us don't know? I'm guessing fuck all. The point I'm making, and I forgive you for not getting it, but the point I'm making is that you're here telling us what elite sports is about, but you've got literally no idea what you're talking about. And I was interested in you because if you're going to sit there and tell me or anyone else how winning isn't a process, and are you talking from experience or is it just guesswork based on absolutely nothing? But anyway, I've broken my own rule and I've read out your tedious comment. This is not the place for you. Why don't you go and find one of those mossy, sodden, damp places where people spit bile into their cups? That's what I would suggest. Elite sports are businesses. Very well said, Jose. And they have processes. Like any business, you wouldn't just go, don't know what we're going to do next year. Let's just see what happens now. But it's silly. Now, on to... I have been leaning into this whole kind of... Oh, I've got someone else here. You mean White Hart Lane? 3 Point Lane. Where is White Hart Lane? That doesn't exist anymore. Yes, I saw this, Dustin Roberts. I saw this. I haven't had a chance to talk about it with everyone, but I think we did mention it. Guillaume Balag was talking about how in Europe people see Arsenal very differently. They see us as an evolution on the Pep Guardiola systems. Ultimately, if teams in Europe love us, that doesn't make my day. If teams in Europe hate us, it doesn't bother me. I'm going to go now for a short musical interlude with my latest musical offering, which is called Intensive Don't Care. And it's a song really about how everybody seems to want to hate Arsenal at the moment. So let's see if we can't play this and cheer ourselves up a little bit.
There is no jealousy whatsoever with playing such disgusting, anti-football, anti-entertainment.
They say we're boring every week. They say we park the bus. They say the football's negative. They're always judging us. They say it isn't pretty. They say it isn't fair. But funny how the scoreboard says we're winning everywhere. They write their headlines, shout on TV, but the table don't lie. It speaks for me. Intensity, don't care. Say it everywhere. Asterisk, put it there. We still won't, don't care. Intensity, don't care. Sing it out everywhere. Call it boring if you dare. We still won't care. They hate the way we pass the ball. They hate the way we play. They hate the way we win the points and calmly walk away. They say it's not exciting. They say it's not to see. But funny how the boring teams sit top of the league. They moan and groan, they shout, no flair. But check the table, we're still there. Intented, don't care. Say it loud everywhere. Asterisk, put it there. We still won't, don't care. Intented, don't care. Sing it out everywhere. Call it boring if you dare. We still won't, don't care. But don't care. They say it's boring football. We don't care. They say there should be a star. Put it there. They write their story, scream unfair. We still won't, don't care. Intense, don't care. Say it loud everywhere. Asterisk, put it there. We still won't, don't care. Intense, don't care. Sing it out everywhere. Call it boring if you dare. We still won't, don't care.
And this is where the league's fallen down, in my opinion. Because if we're playing rugby matches, I could watch Six Nations, and I hate rugby.
And he's right to hate rugby, of course he is. So that's what I think. I think, you know what? Good. You don't like us. Oh well. My life continues.
And another reason they don't like us is that we did the Invincibles as well.
I don't like it. I mean, I've never. It doesn't really affect me. What bothers me is that there's sections of our fan base who are just so ingrained now in this kind of culture of calling out our team for anything that they don't know how to just go, oh, that was fun. I'm enjoying football. No, the football has to be outstanding or I'm not going to enjoy it. Well, then don't enjoy it. Imagine that.
If we don't win 5-0 every day, it's not good enough.
Yeah. You know, what the criticism is that we're not playing attractive enough football. I think we played attractive football against Atletico Madrid and Spurs and Bayern Munich. And I just don't think every game's attractive. And I think when you get to the final 8 games of the season, it doesn't make any difference to me if these are attractive games or not. If we win every single game. What happened to these pricks anyway? Did they not know 1-0 to the Arsenal? 1-0 to the... What do you think we're singing about when we sing 1-0 to the Arsenal? Well, that was a fantastic flowing football, dynamic, attacking verve. And when Tony Adams et al. Are raising their hand for the offside flag, back in the days where David Seaman could just pick up the ball and hold it and you could pass it back to him, we're famous for an attractive style of football under Arsene Wenger, and we all aspire to go back to it. Trust me. But let's just win a fucking league first. One league first, and then we'll go, and then we can sack Arteta and, you know, all the other shit that people want from us. I don't know. It really grinds my gears. I'm looking for a charger for my phone, as you probably tell. I'll go through some of these comments, though. No, not his. Do you know, I don't really want to boot him because then it gives him a little semi. Check as promised during the week. Check in as good to see you, Leinstärken. Very good to see you indeed. Movie night with wifey, so can't stay. Listen, it's available for catch up, but we hope to see you on Tuesday for our next session at the Adams Arms. Perhaps, however, it was still controversial the way he did it. Well, it's great to see you, albeit for a second. Enjoy the movie night with life. Absolutely. Hope you've seen something good. Let me know what it was on Tuesday. When everyone starts playing anti-football, does it not just become football again? Yes. That's a philosophical question, isn't it? It's like, do you know what? If Fabian Hertzler, let's take him as a latest example that comes out and goes Arsenal, time wasting. The second worst team for time wasting in the league, and we're not top, by the way, is Brighton. The reason that there was so much stop starting in that game is because they were committing so many stupid fouls and kicking the ball out so often. Like, what are you supposed to do? I don't care either. If Fabian Hertzler, if you want to talk about how the football wasn't attractive, touche. I've been watching Brighton because obviously I'm married into a Brighton family and they've been boring as fuck. If you don't have a striker on the pitch, don't get upset with us.
What was that thing I saw? It was about the 20th worst games in the Premier League for the amount of football being played, and Arsenal were only in it once.
Yeah, but it doesn't suit the narrative, does it? People want to talk about how, we slowed the game down a lot. Not always, no. And actually, we took a lot less time. We took far less time getting the game restarted than Brighton did. It's just that we had so many bloody... It was a shit match. What did you want? I like to think if we hadn't scored so early, it might have been a better match. But then, then the keeper's got to keep his legs together, hasn't he? Because Chelsea spent stupid amounts of money to acquire players like Shevchenko, Ballack, etc., yeah, I mean, I'm not getting into it with him. He's a dimwit. So Jim Radcliffe should buy Arsenal. Yeah, he should do. I think he's had his fingers burnt with football clubs. I don't think you can compare the wealth of Sir Jim Radcliffe with Stan Kroenke either. Just putting it out there. I think I like this. What's his name? The Australian multi-millionaire hacker. He used to own... media as a poker player. This went and did the rounds. He was in a casino and he was a high roller turned up, and they'd given this guy his own table, and he was like, I normally play there, and I was like, unfortunately tonight Mr. Hacker will be playing there. Jerry Packer, that's it. And they said, oh, Mr. Packer. So he goes up to him and marching up to him goes, I normally play here, who the hell are you? And he goes, I'm Jerry Packer. And he goes, okay, well, what's so special about you? I've got $100 million in the bank. And Packer just went, I'll toss a coin for it with you. It's just like there's money and then there's money. Stan Kroenke's doing all right, but he's married to a Walmart heiress. He's one of the richest people in the world. Let's just stop talking. I bet he doesn't even know who Sir Jim Radcliffe is. That's all we need. Another Jim Radcliffe conversation. Best case before Etihad, 13 points lead. Worst case, 1 point. We're going to win this. Anyone who wants beautiful football can write it on a scroll and shove it in the Downton Abbey. Sakalaka boom. That's my favourite comment from you ever, to go with your great name. Good. More Licky Texas liked it. Good. It's a bit of a departure. We were doing a lot more hip hop and jungle and stuff, but I just love a bit of
ska music there, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's exactly what we needed. Just a little bit of, have it. Treble winning team was better than the Invincibles. Yeah, if you think that's fine, that's okay. I love these conversations where grown men become 5-year-olds. Yeah, well, the trebles were better than the Invincibles. All right. And now what? Should I get you a little medal? Do you want to fucking... so what? So actually what? I don't give a fuck. Plus, it was a while ago now, and City have done the treble, so it's not even that special anymore. Quad loading. I miss when scoring one goal, not conceding, and thus winning was considered getting the job done. Now, 1 goal lead is seen as borderline losing. I know, by people who just have nothing else to fling at us. Nothing else to say to us. Leinstecken. Oh, I can assure you this video will have 10,000 new views because I'm going to play that song and repeat for the rest of it. It does only count as 1 view. I have to warn you. But that would be brilliant. Please do that. It gets good for the watch time. And it tells the algorithm that you like it. If you guys, and another thing that does that is clicking the likes, but only if you can be bothered. I know I don't want you to have to get up out of your chair and go over to the screen and click like, or I don't know, go down to the cellar.
Hang on. I'll have to click subscribe, won't I?
This joke every time. Jose says, why did Mansfield owner look like a female supervillain with sidekick crony at her side? It's so true. They did look so shifty, didn't they? Maybe Glazers, not Sir Jim, make cuts. Yeah, if Sir Jim Radcliffe couldn't even afford to buy Man United off the Glazers, what chance has he got getting it? Yeah, come on. Some people, there's a lot of... it must be hard. The copium's wearing off, and they're all kind of going, "What do we do if Arsenal win the league? We've been bantering them for years at their shit, and now I'm going to have to come up with new banter." All the people like Rat Race are going to have to go, "But I live on Lee Gunner's channel. What if he's wrong? What if he's not the Messiah?" I've not decided whether I like it or not. It's very Arsenal-y in my opinion. It is. That is very true. So I can't deny that. But it is me leaning into the fact. Honestly, it's not hard for me to say I don't give a shit if Alan Pardew doesn't like our style of football. I don't remember. His name is... Now, don't get me wrong. I'd be upset if Santi Cazorla said it. If he said, "I just don't really like watching Arsenal," I'd be like a bit gutted. But I'd be like, you know what, Santi? Let's just have a league, shall we? Let's just win a league. Because all these people, these comments are like, elite level sports doesn't have a process. You literally just turn up on a day and win everything and then fuck off. I don't know why more people don't do it. That's what I would do. All those elite sports is about winning stuff. They all go very quiet when we start winning, don't they? You know? You go, it's not about playing attractive football like we did under Arteta for a couple of years. It's literally about winning trophies, and he's won nothing. And now you go, I think he's going to win something this year. Yeah, but it's not good football.
You know, when you have elite snooker players like Ronnie O'Sullivan, who's possibly the best snooker player ever, easily. And if he ever wins the world, I mean, he's won the world championship. But you can imagine if he won the world championship, winning 1918, people will say, "Wow, should have won 19-0. That's not elite enough."
You don't need fans like that anyway. Do you know what I mean? And no team needs supporters like that. It's like, I always talk about that. I really love the film Cuba Gooding Jr. In Jerry Maguire, and his brother at home is watching football. And he's always criticising him. "Oh, I didn't do this." And then there's one point in it where the wife just starts hitting him around the back of the head. Just shut up for a bit, will you? You know what I mean? Like, we are here to support our team. And if you're only prepared to support your team not only when they're winning the league, but they have to win the league with style, then you would have hated 89, you would have hated 91, you would have hated 71, you would have hated 52, you would have hated 48, you would have hated Arsenal most of this last 75 years. So do that, but please don't call yourself an Arsenal fan, because that's just mixing my head up a little bit. Like, if you meet a lot of people going, "Oh, I love Spurs, but they're shit and I hate them," you think, "Oh, that makes sense more than this does." But, you know, when do you go... Like, I don't never remember seeing Man City fans going, "Oh, we just stifle the game, it's boring." And watching Man City has been boring for years. But I've just always thought, you know what? It's not their job to entertain. It's their job to win games. And whenever we get accused of playing shit football, I always think, well, despite the other team, you know, was the other team flying? Because every time a team comes and attacks us, we batter them, and it's a really good game of football. You know, if Brighton wanted to come at us and really do some damage, we would have beaten them 3 or 4-0, but they didn't. So they flood the midfield. They get as many fouls and stop-starts as they possibly can. We all know they were never going to win that game. What has Alan Pardew done? Newcastle United history. Not just Crystal Palace. He has made, as a manager and a player, 3 FA Cup finals. He's lost all of them. Did I watch any movies? Yeah, I did watch. I watched that bloody awful Danny Dyer Marching Powder last night. Really depressingly bad film, that one. I don't know if anyone's seen it, but I cannot recommend it. I cannot recommend it. I'm going to go against the norm when I say that I would prefer to win the Champions League than the Premier. Imagine, I don't think it's the norm. Zanzi, I think you and I are on the same page, though, aren't we? Both want the Premier League.
Prem still for me. But there again, when we do win the Premier League this season, people are going to say, "Well, you're not winning the Champions League, have you?"
I know. Well, you can't. I think what we're waking up to as a fan base is, look, I could understand last season and even at the start of this season when people were going, "We're in a top 4 battle. This guy's clueless. He can't get us over the line." And I was always like, "Well, we don't know, do we?" But there's a solid chance that Arteta might not be able to win us a league, and that is a problem for me. I can understand them being critical, but then when it looks like we are going to win the league, you kind of go, "Well, isn't that what you wanted?" No, I don't just want to win the league. I want to win the league with bells on, and I want a nice big shiny hat. And then you just think, "Oh, right, you're just a dickhead." Last year, I thought, "Oh, he's making a good point." This year, it's like, do you know what? Don't come to the parade. Just sit at home, find something else to do with your time. It's Stephen Hendry, Zanzi, wash your mouth out. No, Stephen Hendry is not you cannot think that.
Very easy, come on.
It's just silly. Sakalaka, boom, boom, Boom! Big up, Adam. Great show and discussion. I love it. Who's Adam? Have you frozen on me? Are you there? Is it me? Have I frozen? Yeah. Blink. Oh, there you are. That's better. You've gone very still.
No, I was looking for who Luton are playing in whichever EFL trophy. See, I mean that is the EFL trophy. We've never won that.
I know. I'm disgusted.
I know.
Don't get me started on things we haven't won. The FA Trophy, I don't even know if it's the same thing. But if it is, I'm angry. Where do I write my strongly worded letter of complaint?
Yeah.
Majin says, during the league this season, we have gone against the lowest defensive line on average for the whole season. Teams are frightened to play against us. Yeah, because they see what... I mean, Bayern came and played against us. Atletico Madrid played against us. Inter tried to play against us. These were good games. They weren't boring games. They were really interesting games. Look what happened to Tottenham twice. These were interesting games. I didn't find the Chelsea League Cup first leg at Stamford Bridge boring. I think this is just a narrative, and when you get into the heart of the narrative, we didn't play beautiful football against Mansfield. I think we did. We played really attractive football. We just couldn't finish at all. And that can happen, So I'm sorry.
That Mansfield game, if we had had a little bit more luck, we'd have probably been 3 or 4 up at half time.
Yeah, I think so. Well, there was a point where I thought that Dalman was going to score, and I was like, he's good, isn't he?
Yeah, he had that toe poke at the start, and then he just sort of jinxed right through the whole lot, didn't he?
Yeah.
And
Where are all people talking about set? Oh, we only did it with set pieces and 2 brilliant goals.
Those goals were stunning, weren't they? Really,
Eze's goal made me happy.
And Madueke's as well.
Do you know what I think? Someone said to him, I think this is Tottenham, and he's just woken up in the coach, gone, where are we? And they're going, it's Tottenham. I go, I better get a goal then, fuck it. Why am I not playing, Gaff? He's like,
I tell you something, the power he got into that shot as well.
Backlift, like this much backlift.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. Not quite the Madueke goal, though. I mean, he's got... Okay, a bit off topic, but does anyone else worried that Madueke is not popular in the dressing room? Because I didn't remember a lot of people going up and celebrating with him.
I think it's because it is Mansfield, basically. Because he didn't exactly go charging off down the pitch, did he?
But that's what makes it worse, because he just sort of stood there and you expect him to get... You're right. To be fair, it would have looked really wanky, wouldn't it, if everyone had dived on him like we were just beating there. I can't find my orange squash. I might have to take a comfort break. But yes, Rosie was considering watching Marching Powder. Do you know what? If you liked...
Some of mine.
Yes, please. Although, please promise me that is actually not just come from under your chair.
This could be orange and mango, actually, thinking about it.
I think mine is.
And it's rather delicious.
No idea what I've done with it. I was in a rush to get everything sorted.
Yeah, it's orange and mango.
Oh, I found it. Panic over. And so is mine. Look, orange and mango. We're a couple of orange and mangoes.
Tesco's.
Yeah.
Yes, this is exactly the same as what you've got there.
Sponsored by...
Yeah, it's the quadruple strength one, isn't it?
I think so, yeah. I think it...
Yeah, because you only need a little bit.
God, I don't care, mate. I'm all in. Come on.
Yeah. You just stick it out the bottom, don't you?
I have, and I didn't hate it. I did that once accidentally. I forgot. Anyway, so what I can say is, if you liked Football Factory and you're a fan of Danny Dyer, he's good in it. The woman who plays his miss is good, but it's also caricature, and it's a lot of just nonsense. There he is, Thomas W., 1887. Hello, fellow night owls. I feel like I need to do a late night radio voice for welcome to Sunday night with Dan and Zanzi. And we win the quad. Now they haven't done it. Yeah, but then they'll say, oh, we won the quad, but we were shit.
Yeah, put an asterisk by it. By each one of their trophies this season. Exactly. Champions League, put a quad by it. Quad. Asterisk by it.
I don't think we're going to win the quad. I mean, I hate to say it because I know Boytendi and I have been. I love the energy. I am going to keep saying it. The t-shirts are still available as merch. Still, you'd have to be brave to wear one of those. But it always makes me smile whenever I see people on media, news outlets, and social media talking about Arsenal could win the quad. And I think Boytendi has been saying it since like this before. When was it that he started? When did you start talking about it? It definitely has been before this calendar year.
Yeah, it was back in December, wasn't it?
I'm sure it was, yeah. And it was funny. And now it's not funny anymore. Now it's a little bit of pressure, but I love it. But we play such shit football. Do we deserve to have won every single game in the Champions League, Playing that defensive high line. Oh, no, sorry, that's George Graham.
Maybe start of next season, that ing bit at the end, you'd have to cross it out and put an ED there. Quad loaded.
Yeah. I'm going to have to redo those T-shirts. I've had 2,000 of them printed as well. Damn it. I'll give them to people, don't worry. Is it Stephen Hendry? And I won't hear another word said against him. You might, because Stephen Hendry is not rocket. He just isn't.
No. Stephen Hendry's good, but he's not.
Of course he's good. He was for a long time the best player that had ever been. And then Ronnie O'Sullivan came along and went, what? Fastest break. What was the one where he deliberately didn't finish a 147 just to piss off the tournament? It's like next level.
Yeah.
Next level. Because
he's played professional people left-handed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is amazing.
He did, he's at 147 in 5 minutes. Wasn't it something like that?
It's crazy, isn't that?
It's just brilliant. I love him. Not a snooker aficionado, but I do know he's the best ever. We haven't been relegated. How boring. Yeah, it is dull, isn't it? Miss Molina says, big up Dio. The real UCL competition begins this week. God, I am a bit nervy about it. Not our game so much. I'm a bit there's some great games coming up. I do think we get past Leverkusen, Witzikusen, but I just, there's a lot going on, isn't there?
You're nervous for Chelsea, aren't you?
I'm nervous because we get to the semis, and that's such a that's a nerve-wracking game,
Against Barcelona.
Can't we get Tottenham?
Yeah, but
come on, man.
No, Atalanta's going to beat Tottenham, and if they don't, then Barcelona will beat them because Barcelona are not going to beat Newcastle. Sorry.
Let me just ask you this question: what's the Spursiest thing that could happen? They beat us in the semi and get knocked about in the final, and then they spend next season playing Lincoln, talking about how they got to the final, and that's like a trophy. I think Saka and Noni are besties. I think you're right. I think Arteta talked about that in a press conference. They definitely get on really well, which is lovely. It's Mansfield. I would be embarrassed to see my players running off celebrating. Look at Garnacho, pathetic. Up there. But come on, I don't mind. I don't care. Listen, I'm not the celebration police. I don't. If you want to celebrate, celebrate. I think it's classier not to celebrate. I do agree with you, Majin. And it might be, I don't know if I'd be embarrassed on their behalf.
Maybe if it had been the final and we'd just beaten Mansfield 2-1, I think I'd have been expecting our players to celebrate a little bit.
He's right though, isn't he? Like Majin's right. Like you can't be happy if we start knee sliding around. We wouldn't knee slide on that pitch anyway. You can't come up with one leg. Is that a homebrew? No, it's not. It's genuinely just. And I'm even being a bit naughty because I shouldn't really be drinking anything with even the fewest calories of these things right now. Rock and roll diluting juice on a Sunday night. Yeah. Well, this is where you come for the rock and roll. Well, we've got Scar. Does that help? Let's keep dogs rolling, keep hunger going. Kai Habitat. Why do you keep writing Kai Habitas? It is
Garbale Jesus.
I know, but that could just be a spelling mistake. But Habitas is how he spells it every single time. Is that like, am I missing something? Is that Stephen Hendry is better than Ronnie O'Sullivan? Or he's also humble. What's that got to do with anything? You know? I don't. You know, of course he's humble. You know, he has to be humble, doesn't he? Because he's not the Rocket Man. Kim Jong-il. So, Atletico versus Tottenham. Yep. Peter Ebden. Stop it. Right. Where are we? Lucky, have you been drinking ayahuasca? Oh. Do you know Rory McLeod? No. Who's Rory McLeod? Do I know him?
I'm not even going to Google it.
Name rings a bell, actually. I thought he was in Braveheart or something. It sounds like a proper Braveheart name, doesn't it?
It's a bit like Quasimodo, isn't it?
Half-formed.
No, his name rings a bell.
I can't laugh at that. Sorry. We do have to maintain a certain standard here. So where are we up to? What have we not talked about that people want to talk about? And we've kind of...
Max Dowman?
Max Dowman. Okay. I might have to give in and start talking about Max Dowman. I don't like it, though. He cannot be our saviour. Also, I'll tell you what. I told you so. We should not have let Ethan Nwaneri go on loan.
No, that's not I told you that's a hear me out.
No, it was a hear me out. He shouldn't go. And now it's like, you should have heard me out.
Yeah.
It's just not worked out. It's not a good thing.
I agreed with you on that. I said the loan could work, but probably best if he did it next season when we've won the league and he celebrated with everyone else.
Yeah.
But don't go this season.
It's not been a good move at all. It's not been a good move. Now, have we? We haven't. Do you know what we haven't talked about, really? We've gone past it, talked around it. Who do you want in the FA Cup quarter-final? Can you believe we're in a quarter-final? Another quarter-final. Boring.
Port Vale.
Is it that? Is that what you? Is it? Are we all just going to say Port Vale, Southampton, Leeds, or is anyone out there with any confidence?
Or West Ham or Brentford.
Who do you think gets through out of that? I'd love to see West Ham do it.
Yeah, I would, but that's a game, isn't it?
I can't call it. I mean, for West Ham, surely, I don't know. Part of me is saying, I just really believe in West Ham staying up this season. I really believe in the fight they've shown. They've had some really good results. But even when they haven't had good results, they've had good performances. They've never gone down easily.
Well, West Ham and Forest will both stay up and someone else will go down.
Who could it be? I'm just looking at. Burnley look like they're down. Although, they could still catch Spurs. Wolves could still catch Spurs, realistically.
Yeah. I think Coventry could catch Spurs.
Maybe it's just Tottenham go down this year. Maybe they'll just do a thing where they go, look,
that's it.
One team really going down. Yeah. But so is that what we're saying? Guys, in the comments, let me know who you want to get in the FA Cup. Is there anyone out there that wants... See, you don't want City in 2 Cup. Let's avoid City. We're already due to play them 3 times. God knows we might even get them in the Champions League final. Chelsea, we've done. Liverpool, we owe them 1. I'm going to say Liverpool. I'm going to say now, I want Liverpool out of the next round. I think if you beat Liverpool, Chelsea play City, Leeds play Southampton, Port Vale play West Ham, and then we go to a semi-final and we play, I don't know, one of the others. He's a snooker. Him and Peter Ebden are both from Wellingborough. I don't know Wellingborough. These folk heroes you speak of, care to give a Norwegian like me a quick recap? Which folklore heroes? I think we were talking about snooker. Snooker is... You do have snooker. Is there a Norwegian snooker player? Do you know much about snooker? I mean, you must have like pool in pubs and things. If only Sam was here. I'm afraid I know very little about Norway or Norwegian culture, except that it looks like one of the most beautiful places on earth. Ethan should have been here. Yes, see, Jose agrees, 100%. Majan says, 100% agreed, 1 year he should have stayed. Hope he doesn't miss out on any trophy celebrations because of his loan. How devastating. He can't. The parade will be after the close of the French season. Snooker players, not old footballers. I can see Max getting minutes against Leverkusen. Oh, you cannot. That's contentious. That's a hear me out. That has to come with a hear me out flag, that one. That's not happening, is it?
Maybe when we're 4-0 up or something like that, then they come on. But
don't start doing that.
No.
We're not going to be 4-0 up until the end of the first half, mate. It's going to bring him on for a half. It's not worth it. Anyway, he's got school the next day. Stop it. I like him because he's from Wellingborough and my mum knows him. Oh, that's a good enough reason. I unfortunately am not from Wellingborough, and my mum does not know him, or at least if she does, she's kept it quiet. Ethan could benefit from some adversity in France, come back stronger. He could also benefit from being on the bus, open top parade, playing games in the final run-in. Like that home game against Burnley will have won the league, and that will be our first chance to play in front of the home fans, having won the Premier League. Actually, do you know what? I could detour this conversation because it's all been very positive. It's all been Arsenal winning the league. Who do you want in the FA Cup next round? Did you see how well Max Dowman played? Everything we've talked about has been positive. But there's more than a few rumours flying around that there is for the next stage, and yes, it is a process. For the next stage in the process, there are going to be some pretty high-profile players leaving. I've heard it said that Odegaard and Jesus, Martinelli. There's a lot of talk about possibly Miles Lewis-Skelly and Ethan Nwaneri to be sold as well.
MLS and
Ethan Nwaneri. Because they're academy players, so it's full profit, so it really helps balance the PSR books.
Right, I hadn't heard that. I mean, I can understand Martinelli going. I can understand Jesus going. I can even understand Odegaard going.
Do you need a hand with that?
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's pronounced Odegaard. Okay. Odegaard. Yeah. I can certainly see them going.
Oh yeah, I think Odegaard is gone. Martinelli. I don't know, man. It's just like Martinelli's like family to me. I just love the kid.
I know, yeah. I think he's fantastic. I mean, I can see Trossard going. And to be honest, if Trossard went, I think, okay, bye.
Oh, Trossard's gone, surely.
Yeah.
He didn't get a contract extension. He just got more money. And he's been not particular. I mean, he's probably injured now anyway, isn't he?
Yeah. Oh, I wonder how injured was it Calafrio is as well.
Yes, that was another bit of a worry. But then Miles Lewis-Skelly is there. We have Everton is probably not going to be glorious football, is it? It's probably not going to be, the swashbuckling football that we have to start playing if we're going to make Rat Race happy.
Yeah.
Or just fuck him. But Leverkusen is the big game on is it Wednesday, isn't it? Yeah, it is Wednesday.
Yeah, something like that. I was actually surprised at that Mansfield game. That's Gokis didn't come on.
Yeah, and Jesus. There's the other one who's got to go. I mean, Jesus was pitiful. If you're not going to do more against Mansfield, it would be so typical if he scored the winner in the Champions League final. But I thought he was appalling.
Yeah, he was not.
He did nothing. He was captain.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Kane started as captain. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. He was captain.
I just saw someone small and dark going up and doing the coin toss, and I just assumed it was Saka, but of course he wasn't on the pitch then, was he?
He wasn't on the pitch. No.
Duh.
No, that is a bit duh. But it's a second string team. Marley Salmon, I didn't think he had a good game, but then I didn't like the way he was hooked so quickly.
Oh, Mosquera didn't exactly either.
No, I mean I think Norgård was good. I thought Dowman looked great. Noni Madueke's goal made it look like he did really well. Martinelli was average. I didn't know where the hell everyone was playing. Honestly, I had no idea what that formation was, but it was. I don't think we helped ourselves with that formation because it was just everyone bunched together in the centre circle, wasn't it? Really.
Yeah.
Jose thinks we'll get a big club. The probability is we'll get a big club because there's. Do you count West Ham and Brentford aren't really a big club? Okay, so there's out of a possible 7 opponents, 3 of them are big clubs. And I am including Chelsea as a big club. They're the world club.
It's 50-50, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. So true, Liverpool dump out. We may have to accept the fact that Man City may stand in the way in every competition. The concern is, do we beat them every time? Or do we trade wins? Listen, I don't know. It could be, like you were saying earlier, Zanzi, if it was like a reverse of 1993, where we played Sheffield Wednesday in both cups. And Man City won both the cups, but we won the league. Would you take that?
Suppose so, yeah.
I think they're gonna. They looked great against. They look like they're finding a little bit of their lost form. I mean, I don't think he knows who his best team are, but I do think that when Savinho's goal was just. I can't decide what the hell. It looks like he just doesn't move. He sort of makes a slight move with his shin and slightly shins it in, but basically just stands there, lets the ball hit him and go in, which is a very risky thing to do. But they played with some swagger yesterday, and Man City looked good, and they can turn it on. And they've got some games coming up. The Chelsea away game for them, it'd be mad if they win that because, that's the game I really expected them to drop points this season. But then it's Chelsea, and they're not that good.
It depends how many people Chelsea get sent off as well.
Yeah. Mort Licky Texas says we never do well against Liverpool. We did in 1971. We did in 1987. And we did in 1989. But yeah, I take your point. I'm only being facetious. It's absolutely true. We don't. But then that's why I want them out of the way now. I don't want them in the final. That's for sure. Especially not if Ian Rush scores first. Sell the lot and keep Martinelli.
No, the Liverpool in the final would be good, actually, because they've never beaten us in the final.
No, I don't want Liverpool in the final. Stop it.
Okay.
Have they never beaten us in the final? They beat us in the FA Cup final.
Oh, God, of course, that one, yeah. Owen.
Stephen, always Hencho's handball that I remember, but
yeah,
he's
on the side or the linesman, and he didn't fucking see it.
Yeah, that's when you kind of. That was the day after that game. Well, it was after that game that me and my best mate argued about, and he was like, "They need to bring in some sort of technology, like they have cameras in cricket." And here we are now, going, "Yeah, it's fucking brilliant."
I tell you what, I bet VAR would look at that now thinking, oh, no, he hit the post.
Yeah. Oh, there was an action 2 hours earlier with the manager said something in a pub or something. Martinelli is your ride or die. Maybe our attack could do with a revamp. Fucking too right. I do like Kai Havertz. But there's talk he's going in summer.
Ooh.
Which is harsh. Jesus, Odegaard and Trossard can go. They've given all they could. Martinelli is an excellent squad player with legs.
Yes,
I'm on your side. I don't want to see him go either. But none of us are going to have anything to. He is Rosie. What's this? Martinelli is your ride or die. The salt to your pepper. The sugar to your donut. Why have you spelled donut that way? Please. Odegaard. I could stomach selling him. To be honest, even if I'm Norwegian, he's not the same. I think he might just be bored. I think he might want a different challenge. I think he wants to be a bigger player than he is currently because since Rice came in, he isn't the talismanic player. And I think maybe, listen, I don't begrudge him yet. It's like Xhaka wanted to leave. Maybe Odegaard's bringing up a small child and he doesn't want to do it in London. I don't know. I have nothing but love for Martin Odegaard. I was really glad listen, it was a big deal for me when he signed a permanent contract with us because I thought he was brilliant on loan and I was like, I hate it when they do this. Normally, when we bring them in on loan, they're shit and then you're glad to see the back of them. But Martin Odegaard was so good. And I don't know if, I could listen to the conversation all day long. Maybe it's true that maybe the problem with Odegaard is that Arteta's ruined him and overcoached him, etc., etc. But I don't think I'd be desperate if he left. As long as he leaves having raised that cup, that trophy, the Champions League, the Premier League.
I still think it's his ankle injury.
Yeah, I know. And I'd give you a lot of... you called it when he had it. You said it. It's proven to be true. He's had a lot of injuries since then, and he definitely hasn't looked the same. So, yeah, whatever it is, though, it's going to make it hard to sell if it's a really long-term injury problem. Now, I'm sorry, Martinelli had to go. He is a passenger 85% of the games. Not good enough. I think it's only the sentimentality that makes me want to keep him, if I'm honest. I can't make a case for him as a footballer. He's fucking dreadful at the moment. I mean, he got an assist against Mansfield, but you couldn't look at Martinelli in that game and see he was definitely a league apart from the Mansfield players, and that's saying something. Selling Martinelli feels wrong. I love the guy. Same here. The child to your main. They're on it. This is good. Let's get this going. Good evening to all you Gooners. So excited for the UCL week. Keep this train moving. Never give up. Never surrender. Come on, you Gunners. I love it. That's the chess we wanted. It is an exciting. I haven't even let it process that it is a Champions League week. I think it's because we're not necessarily. I could just see us pulling a mad one against Leverkusen. You know, they beat us 2-0.
Good mad or bad mad?
No, bad. I think it could be bad.
Mm.
But you know me, I'm hardly ever really positive before a game. There's just too many games. This is what it comes down to. Like, you're just over Mansfield and you recover and you go, good. You're looking forward to tomorrow's draw. Is it before or after the game between Brentford and West Ham? They're going to... Anyway, tomorrow night we find out who we play. And then there's a lot to talk about on Tuesday. And then, of course, there's the game on Wednesday. And there's a lot to talk about. Then there's a game on Saturday against Everton. I think it's a Saturday. Could be it must be a Saturday, actually. But yeah, it's just a lot to take in. And then it'll all be summer and then there'll be a World Cup. Woohoo! Just trying to see which players better stop theft coming in. I didn't understand that at all. The Mac to my cheese. Keep it going. Makuzi, glad to see you. Formation, make go deep. The Rick to your Morty. Dan. The Dan to my Roseanne. The Laurel to your Hardy. Manchester City is headache. Hi, Rosie. I quit, Rosie. Oh, I was just getting into that. The Jekyll to my Hyde. Everyone else take over. Newcastle United didn't help themselves, of course. That's a very good point. I know I keep banging the same drum, and I don't have an axe to grind against Eddie Howe, so that's a drum and an axe, but surely he should be getting some shit now. No? Surely Eddie Howe is in the firing line. I mean, I know he's still in the Champions League, but all the English clubs are. I've started hearing Geordie fans on the turn there. And also,
that's something.
Unai Emery.
Ooh. No, what is spooky is there are, at the moment, there's 6, count my fingers, 6 on my thumb. That's only 4 fingers, isn't
6, I get it, yeah.
Yeah, hang on. 6 teams, English teams in the Premier League, in the Champions League. English teams in the Champions League, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, there are 6 teams who have never been out of the Premier League.
Oh, is it? No, it's not the same teams.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
6,
Newcastle,
no,
Newcastle
it's
have been
not
out
the
of
same
Premier League.
teams because Newcastle are there, aren't they? But there's one of the teams who are in that 6 and also the Champions League 6.
Right.
And there's only going to be 5 after this current list of games in the Champions League. And at the end of the season, there's going to be only 5 teams.
Slow down. What do you mean there's only... So all of the English teams could go through this round?
Yes, but one's going to go out against Atalanta.
Oh, right. See, so you're predicting that?
Yeah, and then one team out of the 6 who have never been out of the Premier League are going out.
Well, that's...
So then there will be 5.
Well, that does seem like it is true, but you lost me a little bit there. So the 6 teams are there are 6 English teams still remaining in the Champions League.
Yeah.
Of which we can all agree, right?
Yeah.
And you're saying there are also separately, not necessarily the same teams, 6 teams who have never been out of the Premier League.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to think, is that actually... So that would be Man United, Arsenal, Liverpool, Tottenham... Chelsea. There's more than 6, isn't there?
Everton.
No,
there's only 6.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. God, that's interesting. I'm trying to think. I'm desperately trying to think now. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying that
West Ham have been up and down. Palace have been up and down. Yeah. So 6. Okay. So I'll take your word for it. 6 teams that have never been out of the Premier League, and there are 6 teams in the Champions League. Yeah. So it's only a coincidence in the sense that it's the same number.
Yes, but it's spooky in the fact that one of the teams who has never been out of the Premier League is going to be going down, and that same team is going to be going out the Champions League.
Right. I think, yes. So you're basically having a dig at Spurs.
Oh, yes.
Oh, can't you just be a bit like, come on, it's me. Just go, what do you think of Tottenham?
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Who do you think is shit?
Tottenham.
Thank you.
That's all right.
We hate Tottenham. Never had you down as a quitter, Jose. Lol. How's your day been, buddy? Nah, he has given up easily there. I would take the league, no doubt. They just can have those cups, but if I say we just put belt to ass on. I'd love to see us turn them over in the League Cup. I'm so tired of City fans. Not all of them. There's so many great City fans that have been there, but the ones that are like, oh, Arsenal are scared now. Oh, we're coming for them and all, and then the next day going, oh, but Arsenal played really boring football. And it's like, oh, who gives a shit, honestly. Get over yourselves. So where are we? I'm watching Cincinnati FC versus Toronto FC. Cincinnati FC any good? They just seem to be not blessed with great teams. I think it will improve. It works in rugby. Oh, well, VAR. Yeah, no, fair enough. Lots of things work in rugby, though. For example, people don't swear at the ref in rugby, do they?
Yeah, and they grab the ball and you don't get handballed for it either.
That's true. I've seen that. I've actually seen that with mine own eyes.
Yeah.
I think too many rules are open to interpretation, which makes it too inconsistent. Very good point. And that is the truth. I always wanted to try the mint ones. What were the snacks he said? Stacks of Girl Scout cookies. Oh, yeah, I've never had Girl Scout. Thin mints are the best sellers. I bet it's not great food, that. I can send you a box or two. Do it. Send Rosie a box, or I'll have to. I'm happy to do it. I'll buy some Girl Scout cookies. It's been a while since we played a really good game. It's all trending slightly downward, it seems. Am I crazy? Yes, you are. You're mental.
No,
it hasn't
Tottenham.
been a while. Yeah, we played Tottenham. That was a
Tottenham.
great game. I think if you looked, I personally, and I said this a little bit earlier, I looked at the all right, Brentford was a shit game, and Wolves was a shit game, and in fairness, I thought, shit, if we're going to play like that against Wolves, we might be in trouble against Tottenham, Chelsea, and Brighton. Those three fixtures, we got 9 points from. That's solid. Like, what do you want? Like, but the football wasn't attractive. Okay, then, I bought you a yacht. Yeah, but it doesn't have a helipad on it. All right. Okay, well, I'll just scuttle it then. We'll all just sit on the beach. No more Licky. I just have it on because I had to subscribe to Apple TV for Formula One. So I want to watch that Formula One film, actually. That's a good point. I wanted Nelly.
Oh, no, that's not. No, because the
No,
Formula
it's
One
not.
thing's different to Senna.
Yeah.
Senna's Senna, isn't it?
Yeah, Senna was my hero as a driver. Just nuts. I wanted Nelly sold for years. Think it's too late to sell him now. We don't think anyone would buy Martinelli if he's won the quad. I love cricket. Watch, but sport done well. Ask for reviews if Batman and fielding side caught catch. I do like this. I'm kind of interpreting a little. I've gone a little bit deep into that forensically, but you know what? I do think there is room in football for there to be a limited number of VAR appeals, and like the bench can say, "I want to check that with VAR," and they use one of their lives, like in tennis.
I just find that comment so funny. Lucky Singh, like in cricket.
Why is that funny?
If you go to India, everyone everywhere is playing cricket. You get to the side road, bang, they're cricket.
Yeah. Well,
Middle of the road, cars driving past, playing cricket.
I don't get cricket. I've never really understood cricket. It takes 5 days to play. It's not for me.
Oh, I know, and there's a draw.
But I do know that they use, was it Hawkeye or the similar technology to Hawkeye in cricket?
Oh, the snickometer.
Oh yeah, that's an audio thing though. That just that listens for sound. Is another Friends for episode. Monica spends a whole day trying to replicate Phoebe's grandmother's recipe, Nestle Toulouse. Yes, I do remember that. And didn't she have it in the back of a picture of her in the? It's brilliant. Look at this. Whoa, it's a super sticker. By Jove, it's a super sticker.
Mr. Herbert can get some more scrumpy for that.
Weir's
shall
big
go to the
arms,
cellar and
blue
get it.
Savannah eyes, dipped in sherbet, Herbert, Anthony, Earth Vader, Ernie Vader, Gert Lush. Oh, hang on, if I still got any of that. There we go. This is.
I didn't really watch BBC. I'll be honest, I didn't really watch a lot of ITV, BBC, and that. I just want to sit down, either watch a decent game of football, rugby, or if not, is.
There you go. See, we've lost it. I knew I'd catch him. He's hiding from us all. He's gone for a comfort break. He's in the middle of a comfort break. He's setting fire to his comfort break. And, the humanity. Zanzi's like an esoteric boxer. Last seen. Oh, less seen than the Southpaw. There's a film. Rachel McAdams, Southpaw. Has anyone seen it? Can anyone recommend it? I'm thinking of making that my next big film. I still haven't watched Bridges of Madison County, but I might do that tonight still.
That's a good film, actually.
I know. It's
Clint.
Thing is, I make the mistake of saying I'll watch it with a missus. She goes, I'll watch it with you. And then it's like, well, now I have to wait for you to be available to watch it. So I end up watching some shit like Danny Dyer in it. But,
Me and the missus at the moment are going through this TV series called Animal Kingdom. And it's about this dysfunctional gangster family in America.
Oh, yeah.
And
That's not what I thought it was going to be at all.
no, it's funny, but we're on what is it? Series 3 and about 8 episodes through it. And we're both looking at it thinking, well, we don't really want to keep watching it because it's 8 series long. But we've gone so far. But there's no one there in the family that you can have any sort of rapport with.
That's what you call sunk cost fallacy in economics. When they go, you've put so much time into something, even though you're going to hate the rest of the time you put into it, you can't just walk away because you've invested so much time. Just leave it. Let it go. If you swear at the red, you'll get a red card, maybe even a ban. I don't know why people are so precious about swearing. It's fucking brilliant. If you don't like swearing, get over yourself. But honestly, don't watch this marching powder because the C word is like every other word in that, and it's
the what?
No, the C word.
No,
the beginning, huh?
If you don't,
Berkshire Hunt.
Berkshire Hunt.
Yeah, the film with Danny Dyer, a reprise of the football fantasy sort of. It's not really, but it's Nick Lowe. I can't remember, but it's he plays a 45-year-old football hooligan who still likes getting on the dicky. I swear, I've lived a long and interesting life, and I've heard lots of different slang terms for cocaine, but I'd never heard it called dicky, and it's called. They say that and the C word every other word, and it's just so boring. The whole thing's a pastiche of shit. But why has Boytendia said, I'm just so tired of doom-mongerers? I don't think it's mongers. I think it's mongers. Doom-mongerers? No, he's got me thinking. But why? Where's that come from?
No, it is monger.
Yeah. Do we play on Tuesday? No, it's Wednesday. Wednesday the 11th. Who is going to score more points in the league than Arsenal? City aren't bulletproof like all the doomers thought. No, do you know what? We have won the league. Let's all just calm down now. The league is ours. Yeah. City, all this shit about City unstoppable. Well, tell Nottingham Forest because they backheeled and, And then typical City going, yeah, but a great goal. And he said, like, this was his thing. He goes, how comes we concede so many great goals? I was like, but you're nowhere near Arsenal for the fact that we concede goals with like 0.1 xg. I think just so, part of me, I don't feel bad for City fans. They've had it good for ages. But one or two of them need to give their heads a wobble. If we hang on to Martinelli any longer, we'll be lucky to find any team outside of Brazil that wants him and we decide to sell him. I don't know, because didn't Crystal Palace buy Brennan Johnson? I think this is a misnomer. I don't think it's true that we'll never find anyone to buy Martinelli. I think he's... Like, don't forget, by the way, that Anthony and Jadon Sancho, players that are far worse than him and have done far less. Fucking Garnacho was sold, so let's not pretend that Martinelli ain't going for money. And he scores some worldies. I mean, his goal against Donnarumma in the home game against City that we equalised thanks to an Eze through ball and a lovely chip. I think people will look at that and go, maybe in the right team where he hasn't got a work track back. I could see Martinelli doing well. And anyway, who knows who the manager at Arsenal is going to be? Because I also heard that Mikel Arteta, that it's being said by sources from within the club that Mikel Arteta is considering leaving if he does win a European Champions League and or Premier League. That if he wins the big ones, there's nothing left for him to do here, and he'd be ready to move on.
Barca calling.
I mean, any number of teams, isn't there? I'm doing a poll to ban that video. Which video? Which video is he banning? Oh, the one... No, don't you like it? That's you. I can't believe you can't mean this.
I didn't really watch BBC. I'll be honest, but I didn't really watch a lot of ITV, BBC and that. I just want to sit down, either watch a decent game of football, rugby, or if not, is a film.
I don't know why you'd want us to not play. That's lovely, that. Tell you what, you come on, I'll play it again.
I thought that was good acting from Big Arms.
Yes. Martinelli has a very good goal catalogue, especially this season. We'll have no problem finding suitors. I agree with you, Jose. And he's linked with Barcelona. Can't be that bad. Yeah, I mean, they went for Rashford. Don't think we'll get a shitload of money for him, but I don't think we. Come on, in a world where people pay money for Richarlison, right? Question, Dan. Good to see you, by the way, Charles. Will we see Max Damon play a more key role in the run-in, or will Mikel hold him back? I think he'll hold him back.
Yeah.
I think he holds him back.
Depends who we get in the next round of the FA Cup.
But yeah, no, it does. I loved watching him against Mansfield, but I wouldn't feel comfortable putting him in the League Cup final. You just never know, though, do you? I mean, the fuck do I know? Lamine Yamal's brilliant. I love this, though, by the way. Are you a Palace fan? The Palace animal. I love the animal. Feminism, gentle parenting, etc. People are ultra sensitive these days. Do you know they actually are? They really are. People have got so used to being able to go, but I'm offended by that. And I'm going, oh, so sorry. Oh, God, Jesus. Oh, did I? Oh, no. Or have I offended you? Oh, shit. Well, just like, well, there should be a little bit more. Great to see, by the way, the Palace animal. Are you a Palace fan?
It is, yeah, because that animal's got a Palace kit on, yeah.
I know, but you never know these days.
No. It's true.
But I love Palace. I mean, for what they did to Tottenham, I'm like, no, I've always loved Palace. But John Solarco,
I've got a soft spot
his
for
goal
them.
against Palace. I don't know what it is about Palace. I think it's because in between when George Graham's teams were at their height between 89 and 90, Palace were a great team. You know, Ian Wright, obviously before he joined us, Mark Bright, Jeff Thomas, John Solarco. I mean, there's so many. I know I'm forgetting a few. I just remember John Solarco scored an absolute worldie against either Villa or Nottingham Forest. It might have been Forest. Hey, City, act like you've been here before. Do you know what? They wind me up so much. But one of the things that they do that winds me up the most, City, is when they go, City, tearing Cockneys apart again. Because that's such a good tune. But I heard them do it to Newcastle, so they're obviously singing tearing Geordies apart again. So could we not nick that off them?
Who was the, is it Thomas that you said for Palace?
Jeff Thomas, yeah.
Jeff Thomas, when he played for England.
Captain.
And he took a shot and he went out for a goal kick. No, he went out for throwing, didn't it?
Right in the right side, I remember, yes. He was, I mean, he only had like 1 or 2 caps for England, didn't he? But he was a good player for Palace. Palace were great. Palace, I always felt a lot of joy watching Palace. And the other thing about was they were so unlucky. I thought it was a travesty that they weren't allowed to play in the Europa League this year. Absolutely a travesty. Just completely unnecessary nonsense. But the other thing about them was, I remember in 90, I think they finished second to Liverpool. Or they might have finished second to us in 91. I honestly can't remember. Oh, no, it wouldn't have been. But they would have made Europe, but they didn't because we were banned. And it's just, that's not lucky, is it? You can't say Palace are lucky. But it's also probably, I'm closest to Brighton here, but I'm not far from Palace. Look at that, Jonathan the Gunner TV. Wonderful to see you. And massive elevations to you too. I'm not a bad player, lol. Why'd you put a lol there? I was totally believing that till you put a lol. Matchups are so important. Big 6-sides, Newcastle, Arsenal, Manchester United, Bournemouth. Where did Bournemouth? What the fuck? Big sides. Matchups so important. Big sides. Newcastle United, Arsenal, Manchester United. Are we saying Bournemouth's a big side now, Lucky? No, we're not. Question, Dan. Is
Newcastle are a big side.
Yeah, I think we're saying
they're a rich side.
Yes, they are a big side. No, all right. But they're bigger side than Bournemouth. Or maybe not, actually.
Yeah.
No, maybe I'm talking shit. Maybe Bournemouth are a bigger club. Is Calafiori a new Arsenal Tomiyasu? Yeah. I hope not. But Tomiyasu, when we signed him, we sign them both from Bologna. Am I making that up? But when we signed Tomiyasu, he'd never really been injured. When we signed Calafiori, he has had a very serious injury in his life, which is why he ended up in Switzerland.
But then that was when he was only a kid, wasn't it?
Youngish, yeah. But he was playing. He was a player.
Oh yeah.
Oh, look at this. Arteta leaving fills me with dread. He's rubbish, mate. Anyone could do what he did. Take a team from 8th to winning the Premier League in 6 years. In fact, that's too long. It should take you an hour and a half. It's like, God, fucking hell, man. Ooh. Arteta isn't going anywhere. I don't know. Boy Tendio, you read the future. I don't know what tea leaves you're reading, but I could see it.
What amazes me is the fact that Arteta's or someone like Arteta will have to go through a whole season before he can win a league. Why can't he do it sooner?
Oh, it's disgusting. It's lazy. It's lazy. They don't even get out of bed. They're not trying hard enough.
First 10 games of the league, that's it. I've won it. Thank you very much.
Go home, have a shower, and then win us the Champions League.
Yeah.
And do it with some style while you're about it.
Yep.
They don't understand. People like Rat Race don't understand when the rest of us can see them for the pompous and entitled idiots that they are, because they're like, I want this and I want that. It's like, no one gives a hot fuck what you want, no. I hope you're right, Dio. I think we all do. Well, not all of us. I am indeed a Palace fan. I'm back of the Nest fan channel. Oh, brilliant. Wonderful to have you. We have to have you on, man. Really loving. The thing that impresses me about Palace. Think about what they've had to deal with this season. Think about what Palace have had to deal with in terms of players going. Michael Elise, now arguably a Ballon d'Or winning player. You know, Eberechi Eze putting 5 past Tottenham. Look at the players they've lost. Look at what Ollie Glasner, like even before the turn of the year, going, yeah, I'm off. I don't want to stay. They've been there. They've been through some tough times. They came out of it with an FA Cup. I think there's so much positivity that they have mustered in a situation where so many clubs. I mean, look at fans of ours. Fuck's sakes. Can you imagine if some of our fans were Palace fans? Not good enough. They do all of that, and then they pull out a result like that against Tottenham. I have to say, like I am a big. I think Palace are brilliant. Well done, Palace. Obviously, I want us to win every time we play you. I was at the League Cup quarterfinal. Even then, Mark Gahey. Do you know what I mean? Like they got Mark. Look, they keep producing these players. Mark Gahey off. It's just it is a tough ride, isn't it? But better times ahead. Let me know, the Palace animal.
They were talking about that Van de Ven sending off.
Yeah.
And I can't think who it was now. And he's saying, to be honest, in that situation, he shouldn't have pulled him back. He should have just let the bloke score, because it would have been 1-1 and he's still got 11 players on the pitch.
And it was still lost 3-1.
Yeah, but to do what he did.
Van de Ven wanted to get off the pitch more than, genuinely. He's like, I want to. They all look like they're having a right laugh over there. The rest of you cannot. Not only that, but Pedro Porro was desperately trying to get sent off. It was, what? I can't do banter with Tottenham anymore. There's nothing. Every time I think there's something funny to say, they do something worse to themselves. It's like rolling your sleeves up to punch someone in the nose and then having them hit themselves in the face with a cricket bat. It's like, well, what's the point? You've totally ruined banter. You've got that Abby Summers crying on television. I'm like, oh, what am I supposed to do?
It's funny because Tottenham take the laughter level up to 10, but they've got another level they can go up to.
They've got unseen, untapped reserves of just ridiculousness. I mean, when your lives depend on it, and they come out against us with a tifo, and the guy takes to the... And they're scared of us, and then you get battered at home 4-1. And you're like, oh, this isn't good. And it's like, well, no, we're still fine. And they go, no, you know what? This is the home game up against Palace. We can do this. And they go 1-0 up. All right, they shouldn't have been 1-0 up. But they go 1-0 up. And then Palace go, hold my pint. And then just walk it around them. I mean, you cannot fathom it. They're just fucking dreadful. When you've got, Romero and his red card antics, what an idiot. And then you go, yeah, let's make Mickey Van de Ven. Where's he gone? What are you doing? Get back. Oh, you've got sent off. What a stupid way to get sent off as well. What a ridiculous way to get sent off. In all fairness, it was just... And then, the other reason to like Palace is this, however many players leave, Eze going, Elise going, however many players go. I mean, I remember when Zaha went, I thought they weren't ever going to recover. But they've still got a couple of princes in that midfield. Like, it's a good team. I'm eulogising a little bit, but I do love Palace, have done since 1990. I'm happy. Let Marcus Rashford and Rasmus Højlund revive their careers. Yeah, I think they are reviving their careers. McTominay, he's revived it. I think you should let a few more players go if you want to talk about reviving careers. Kobe Mainoo, let him go. Free Kobe Mainoo. Is Michael Carrick staying now? Have we heard that? We did score our 100th and 101st goal for the season. Last season, that number came in April. Yes, absolutely true.
Yes.
It's a bit easier when there's 2 extra games in Europe. But we have scored a lot of goals. But as you know, we've scored them from set pieces and own goals, and we're rubbish, and we don't score as many goals as City, except we have. In fact, we scored more goals than City, but City are brilliant. Makuzi, City doing the Poznan makes me want to jump out of my skin. It's so cringe, especially because it didn't even come up with it. Also, Pepper started to get on my nerves. Started to. Fuck, you know. I'm on side with that, Makuzi. Them doing the Poznan at Newcastle was just a bit shit. It's a bit shit. I've got Palace winning the Conference League, hopefully back-to-back trophies. They want to do a bit better than they have been then. Dan, I love by Søren Larsen, so underrated. Søren Larsen, I don't know. So us getting dumped out of Europa was the beginning of troubles between our board and Glasgow. I bet, yeah. And you know what? I looked into it a little bit. There were things that could have been done sooner, but it's still, for me, one of the dodgiest decisions by UEFA. I just don't think it's necessary. You know, when you've got the person who owns the shares going, "Oh, I'll sign them." Yeah, you can't sign them over. You've missed the deadline. They should be in the Europa League. I think you got a better chance to win the Conference League. Palace Animal, do you care if you win the Conference League, not the Europa League? If you you've got a bet. I mean, you are by far the favourite team to win the Conference League. But Dowman is great. He's not going to play unless it's against much weaker opposition. I think Arsenal fans need to breathe on Dowman, let him develop. Yeah, I think give him at least another year. I've been saying that for a while.
Baby steps, isn't it, for him?
We've got no rush here, you know.
Yeah.
But he's hilarious when he loses. Total head loss every time. Oh, yeah. He was going. I mean, there's no one. They were talking about this. There's no one in Omar Lilo, whatever the coach's name was. There's no one in Pep Guardiola's bench that can go, Pep, sit down. You're behaving like a bit of a muppet here, mate. Yes, we got Tomiyasu from Bologna. Thanks, sir. I did think that. Remember when they said Tomiyasu would return in a few weeks and then we never saw him again? I know I did a funny video about it. Sad though, like, you know, how heartbreaking for the lad. What if Slot does a Conte and wins the league, then falls off a bit, but still wins an FA Cup? Should he get the sack? I don't think so, in my opinion. That's a good question. What do you reckon, Zanzi? Would you sack Slot? Arne Slot? Arne Slot.
I don't care because I'm not a Liverpool supporter.
I'm not asking you to care. I'm asking you very simply. And
I don't think they're gonna. No, if wins this league, not the Premier League or the Champions League.
Champions League. You're not going to win the Premier League.
No. Can you sack a manager for winning the Champions? League? That means
no. Hang on. Look, read the Premier. What if Slot does a Conte, and he wins the league, then falls off a bit, but still wins an FA Cup? Should he get the sack? Should they sack? Would you, if you were a Liverpool fan and did care, would you want to see a manager sacked if he won the league and then had a really bad season? Leicester had a terrible drop off. Chelsea had a terrible drop off after winning the league. This is pretty bad. It's not as bad as either of those two. But Arne Slot clearly has lost some of the confidence of the fans and you would imagine some of the players.
I can't think they'd sack him if he won the Champions League.
Not the league. Why do you keep saying Champions League? No, but let's say he doesn't win the Champions League, but he wins the FA Cup.
Well, no, but you got league there, or BX has put the league there.
I'll read it to you. What if Slot does a Conte and wins the league, which he means last season, is what he did last season, and then falls off and wins the FA Cup? So he's not talking about what if he wins the league this season. He can't win the league this season. He might win the Champions League, but I think that's self-explanatory, isn't it? I mean, if Arne Slot wins the Champions League this season, they're definitely not sacking a manager for winning the Champions League. But if he doesn't win the Champions League, he wins instead the FA Cup, which is the only other cup they're still in. Would you see the writing on the wall for him?
If he falls off and he doesn't get into Europe, then probably, yeah.
Oh, that's a shout. He might not get into Europe as well. Although we could talk about that. I mean, there's going to be lots of time to talk about that, but I do think that, yeah, I think.
I mean, Champions League at the moment is going to be. Come on, table. Thank you very much. I mean, they're 3 points off Villa, but then we've got Chelsea there as well. So, I really can't see Villa staying there, to be honest.
Villa, I've started hearing Villa fans have had enough of Unai Emery. Do they not know he's a genius? Do they know? Do they not know he's
going Arsenal?
Oh, I can't wait for him to. He'll come back as soon as we get rid of this shithead Arteta and his multiple silverware winning shenanigans.
Yeah, with his second places all the bloody time.
Fucking hell, yeah. Something not actually Unai Emery would dream of. Arteta is going to win the league with a team that is out of form. Yeah, well, not all season they haven't been. Yeah, fuck it, Arteta out. Oh, he's back. How do both you and Zanzi preview the Leverkusen game, first leg approach, similar to Chelsea Carabao? Yeah, I think it could play into our hands because I haven't seen a lot of Leverkusen, to be fair. But I think if they come at us, it'll be another one of those snatch and grabs. It might be a game for Jesus, you know. Maybe that's why he played him against Mansfield.
Oof, I don't know. I'll put Jokeres in that start.
Yeah, I think
Jesus just didn't do anything at all.
I know. It is really depressing, isn't it? What can you say? Here we go. Thanks for the kind word, gents. No, thanks for being here. Act like Arsenal. Arteta will inevitably leave Arsenal one day. Who would you want replacing him? No. It's so difficult. I mean, Luis Enrique, you know, like I keep saying it, but at the same time, if Arteta goes at the end of this season, then yeah, I want Luis Enrique. There'll be some or Pochettino. There'll be some managers around. But I don't know. I honestly don't know. Listen, can I just preface, anytime anyone ever asks me about which manager I want, I didn't want Arsene Wenger. I did not want Arsene Wenger. I did not want Georgie Graham. So what the fuck do I know? I think
who's the who's the Tottenham manager, the Aussie?
Postecoglou. He's not working at the moment. Yeah, it's just who we are, mate.
Yeah, because we've got our own Postecoglou impersonator here.
Imposter, no clue.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a tough one. I guess he will inevitably leave one day. But then I don't know. I think the way it's looking for Cesc Fabregas would be a shout. I mean, I could see Fabi Vieira or Thierry Henry or maybe Ljungberg gets a crack at it. Michael Carrick, I don't know. Who are the good managers out there that you would want? Because whenever you want a good manager out there, I mean, look, Xabi Alonso didn't work at Real Madrid. I would happily have a Xabi Alonso or Luis Enrique or Diego Simeone. He's looking for work. Actually, I don't want. Do you know what makes me laugh? For 3 years now, the Gluminati have been saying, get rid of Arteta and bring in Diego Simeone because Diego Simeone wins things. And and then you go, hang on a minute, you don't like the football we're playing under Arteta, but you think you'll enjoy Diego Simeone's brand of football. Behave yourselves. I admire clubs like Bournemouth, Crystal Palace and Brentford very much. I love Palace from ages ago. And I was so pleased when they won the cup. I mean, that was brilliant. That's what football should be. But Abby Summers in tears, I know. It was delicious television. That's the darkest. I love him for that. Delicious television. And Spurs are going down. I can't even believe it myself. I know it's brilliant, isn't it? I'm pretty pleased. Sell matchups. Let Rashford, Rasmus. You've already said that. Lucky Singh, thanks, mate. Same to your club, although I don't like Arteta. It's funny. He's not popular. I've noticed that. I've noticed he's not popular. He's not popular with other fans either. I think he comes across as arrogant, maybe. I don't remember fans of other clubs liking George Graham much either. Even Tottenham, when he was their manager, they didn't like him. Even though he won them silverware. That's how ungrateful they are. Zaha plays for my local club. Does he? Does he? Does he? I can't keep saying that, but does he? You know,
I thought Zaha was in UAE, something like
that. I honestly don't know where I thought he was, but I
shall have to Google this.
Well, Charlotte FC, he does. He plays for Charlotte FC.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
My God.
And he's getting yellow cards. He's not the Zaha we remember. Mind you, in fairness, he's only 33. Fuck. He's a player he's the one that got away. We should have got him. The Palace Animal says we would have preferred the Europa because we're better without the ball on the counter. We've been in Europa low block league, so it has been tough. I'm trying to remember the game I saw that you lost at home. It's a shit team as well, but they just caught you on the break. It's exactly, and then you get accused of playing poor football. You're in our club now. Right, Razor, I'm off now. Zanzi Zidane, can you clean those pipes, please? My scrumpy was warm, went through me like... I'm not going to finish that sentence. Flat and taste like piss. Razor, you can't get staff these days, especially in what I pay him. So I give him 100% raise. Please don't complain about the beers just because the barrels...
Trouble is, Mr. Herbert, right?
Herbert, don't pay for it. He's paid his 99 pence super sticker.
The Scrumpy's not on tap. It's on a bottle.
It's in a bottle. What we used to use for carrying petrol.
Yeah,
it might have a slightly petrol-y flavour.
Yeah, it wasn't actually because we used to clean out the urinals with it. So
I thought we used petrol for that.
Yeah, pour petrol in.
Yeah, it's the only way. Slot winning the FA Cup next season. You're not winning it this season. We're doing a quad. Boy 10D is coming full chest. It's quad o'clock. Capital Q now. I do like it that people have started talking about the quad. Oh, Arsenal could win 4 competitions this season. Yes, so could City, though. Oh, actually, no, they can't. Sometimes I block people just to clear up the chat a little. Can you do it? That is quite a good idea. Has anyone noticed when the camera points to Guardiola in a game, he always has spit... Oh, mate! Oh! Aklak, you are my hero for noticing that. I notice it every single time. Is that a little bit of chewing gum? It's so repulsive. I can only hope it is, because it's just not right. He is... Who has little globules of white... I mean, it looks like chewing gum, but it isn't, is it? It's just... it's not pleasant, It's not pleasant. I know I can't make him stop. But make him stop. It's just, it's really, Slot is a strange man in interviews. Do you know what? They all are. They're all strange in interviews. Fabian Herzler, I used to like his interviews when he was getting St. Pauli promoted. He was easygoing, friendly, self-effacing, full of modesty. Now he's a dickhead. Pep Guardiola used to be affable, friendly, positive, modest, and now he's like, you see him coming on injured. What happened? Well, I've been scratching myself. I'm going mad. It's can't you see them? There's flies everywhere, killer flies with they're all losing their minds. We're putting too much pressure on these people, and okay, they can stop any time. I would love to see Pep Guardiola just go. I've had enough now. They try to hold back their anger. Also, I think we're all responsible for this because we goad them, don't we? It's the game's just finished. 10 minutes. He's just been in there. He's had a proper go at his team for being fucking annoying and letting in 2 goals against Nottingham Forest. And then they get him out and say, well, what happened? And he goes, well, I don't know. Did you not watch it? Yeah. We fucking conceded a last gasp goal to Nottingham Forest and we're now out of the league. Do you think you could still win the league? Yeah, I do. Of course I do. Yeah. Yeah, of course I do. Because I'm not going to sit here and go, no, am I?
Yeah. You've just lost 3-0 at home to
how does it
Bournemouth.
feel?
How does it feel?
Is that a good feeling or a really shit feeling? Can you compare it to anything else in your life? Like your wife leaving you in January, just saying no, okay? Fucking hell. It's just... When that all went under the radar, didn't it? They were like last year. They were like, oh, it's going to be like half-time interviews with managers and players. Don't want them. I don't want them. I don't want interviews with managers. I want them in the fucking dressing room. If I see Declan Rice giving a half-time interview to some prick on television, I'm like, well, that's not what we're there for, is it, Declan? Well, someone's got to come out and talk to them. Why? Because none of you ever say anything worth listening to. Do you guys think, well, we've got good, it's good to get spirit togetherness in the dressing room, and basically what everyone else in my position has said for the last 30 years, that. Oh, we're just taking it game by game. Well done. What are we playing here? Bingo. Just stop it. Stop asking them questions you already know the answer to. That must hurt, Igor Tudor. He's only been there 3 games. Yeah. This isn't what I thought it was going to be. This is a shit
I thought
show.
they were also going to interview players when they just come off the pitch as well.
They were going to do it at half time.
Yeah.
They were going to
No. Actually, like when the game's still going on. I thought they'd do it.
Yeah, there was talk of that. But it comes down to actually no one really wants to see it.
Yeah, can you imagine that? Oh, Rich Eze, you scored 2 more goals against Tottenham. You've just been subbed. What do you think about that? Well, I think Arteta's a cunt, really.
Do you know what? I'm going to wait until he's not looking and wee in his drinks cup. I'm going to put a Spurs drinks cup in front of him. That's what I'm going to do. Fucking have him. I don't know, man. Probably can't afford them. Could be. The reporters know what they're doing. They can be wind-ups. They're just wind-ups. And then they did a whole mock. Oh, why are you so upset? Oh, fuck off. The one with Harry Redknapp when he called him a wheeler dealer and he just stormed off. He goes, I didn't mean it like that. Oh, didn't you? Pep is bottling it. Yes, he is. Let's hope he bottles a League Cup as well. Happy to help the team. Yes. Can we just do that? We should do a bingo card. I might do a watch-along just for that. Just do a post-match watch-along just to see how many cliches you can get in one. And he's gone for the hat-trick of cliches. He's gone, we're taking it game by game. There's a good spirit in the club. Can we get him to say that, it was a... Oh, I need to sneeze.
Do that.
Jeez, that was intense grooviness. Goodness.
What did I say about a sneeze? A sneeze is equivalent to 1/10 of an orgasm.
Not that one wasn't.
All right.
That was a full
orgasm. That's half an orgasm, was it?
And that was a full one, that was.
Oh, dear.
Oh, God, get me a cigarette. These reporters spend so much money for their specific degree so they could go into the presser and ask questions like, you guys lost today, what have you preferred to win? Do you know what, Makuzi? Not all of them do actually do journalism degrees, to be fair. But yes, you're right. And then the other thing is, if you get invited into a press conference and you start going, so, Arteta, you're a bit of a twat. He might not answer any more questions. And then the agency that sent you in, I don't see the point in press conferences post-match, especially not with someone like Pep or Arteta. Because Pep's basically contractual obligation to be there and he's not saying anything interesting. And Mikel Arteta just says the same bullshit every time. I've got a good feeling in my tummy. Win the dog. Win the dog doing one. If you feel like Guardiola's success is something no human would actually want because he is 24/7 psychotic about the game, it's really worth it. And what integrity is left with 115 charges lingering? Ooh, that's a good question. You know what? I want to separate Pep Guardiola from the 115 charges because he wasn't there for all of them. And you can't really hold him responsible for the amount of money and the books and things. I'm sure he doesn't do the books at City. But the same thing, Alex Ferguson. Yeah, same thing. Arsene Wenger. Arsene Wenger candidly in the film, that they put out, said that one of the regrets is he didn't spend much time with his daughter. He was obsessed with Arsenal. He all he cared about. Alex Ferguson. Same. I think if you want to be the very best football manager, it's very difficult for me to imagine you'd have a long, happy life outside of it. I really admire Jurgen Klopp for his decision to stop managing Liverpool because he just had a grandchild and he was like, I don't want to waste my entire life on it. There's nothing else you can achieve anyway. I'm a bit disappointed in Pep. I mean, I don't know anything about his relationship. I know that his missus was like, no, I'm not staying here anymore. But she wasn't really living with him anyway, so...
I actually used to like Klopp.
I do. I still do.
Yeah.
He's the RB Sporting Group director.
Yeah. But I thought
so he's responsible for... He will turn RB Salzburg's fortunes around. You just watch. How disappointing was that loss? Not very. I actually had a tenner on it. So I was a bit pissed off when we equalised, but luckily enough, we threw it away at the end. That's good. My Arsenal merch was in the mailbox. Saka short sleeve home kit and retro shorts. That red card came at a bad time. Does that make the rest of the game more difficult? That is... Mackenzie, I'm starting to think you are actually a journalist. That is exactly that. Came at a bad time, didn't it? No, there's never really a good time, though, is there? There's never a good time to concede a goal, and that was it. Arteta has made it an art to not convey any actual information. Yes, he has. The art is politics, isn't it? The art of saying absolutely fucking nothing over and over again. My Spanish girlfriend gets annoyed listening to Mikel and Pep speaking English poorly. She says after so much time in England, they should be better. If you think Pep's English is bad, you should hear his German. It's fucking terrible. I get that. I do get that. But then, Arteta speaks French, Spanish, and English. And I just, I do feel like... I think Mikel's English is better. But he's been in Scotland, so that would have messed him right up, wouldn't it?
Their English is better than Unai Emery's anyway.
Oh, Unai Emery's... Yeah, I mean, how does your girlfriend feel about Unai Emery? Good evening. Cards make game entertainment. Yes. When the dog actually vets the questions for our chatters' presses. Tough game. Tough crowd. The question has to be written on paper and presented to her. If she sneezes, the question is asked. If she sneezes 3 times in a row, the journal gets banned. Fuck off.
Win. What do you think of that game? Rough.
It's rough. Yeah, definitely thought Brighton were rough. You know what? We're getting to that Monday. It's early hours on Monday morning. We're back for Tuesday. We can afford to 1 or 2 more questions. I can just say, like, the crowd in the chat, you guys have been absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much for making it
fun. It's been a real fun night, actually.
I love it. We haven't had... you know what it is, though? We are going to do a show with a meltdown and the people. You know, when we did all those... Was it the Wolves game, wasn't it? Where it was just like, I literally went live because I said I would, and I thought, no one will be around, everyone. And then it's like, you just really get a sense of what people are looking for online. They just want to see us crying, don't they?
What was it? About 115 people watching it at one time, wasn't it?
Topped out at 114, which is madness, it was just madness. If Arteta spoke better English, then we wouldn't know to raise the fucking his standards. Any comment on Martin Odegaard's dad going invincible with the Norwegian team Lillestrøm, who he also got promoted to top division? Maybe that's where he wants to go. Maybe he wants to go back to Norway. All I know about Norway is it looks absolutely stunning. And there's hardly anyone lives there. And I could live there on my passport. So mountains, beautiful. I don't know what I'd do. I don't speak Norwegian.
So you can take it rally driving. Learn to drive, take it rally driving.
Yeah, that's a stretch, isn't it? That's, because, I would be starting from quite far back, wouldn't I? Like not being able to drive at all to suddenly being a rally driver in Norway.
But they've got some really good rally drivers in Norway.
I bet they have, yeah. I don't follow rally driving, just so I'm sure you knew that.
No.
She speaks as if she's from the southeast. Her friends speak better than Spanish managers, but they have incredibly busy schedules, so I have more sympathy for them than her. Do you know what? Like, I'm very lucky that I came to England when I did, because otherwise I would have an accent like that. There would be my Annie. But I don't, to be honest with you, I don't mind the accents. I think, like you said, Zanzi, Pep, I can understand him, even if I have to work too hard at times. Mikel Arteta, I understand him very well, even if he's a bit boring. But Unai Emery is just, I haven't got a fucking clue what he's on about. He goes, you stormed off down the tunnel again. The game was over. No, that's not what I'm asking you. Unai, come back here. And then he storms off again. He goes, Unai, is this the thing we're doing now? Are you just crotchety all the time? Fucking chat have been great. The panel have been mediocre. That's the way round you want it, though, Rosie, isn't it? That is why, far better that,
Yep.
Abby Summers, unfortunately, getting the club. This isn't about me constantly going in on Abby Summers, but I find her so obvious. Every time they go to her, so, how do you feel? Oh, I hate Arsenal and I like Tottenham, but I'm very disappointed in Tottenham. I can't watch them, and I'm not going to go. And all the Tottenham fans, they'll all be a fucking shame of themselves saying they're not going to go to the games in the Championship. Oh, you're too big for the Championship, are you? Will you go to the League One games then? Where is Win the Dog? Haven't made a public appearance in over a year, apparently. Do you think it'd be like Lassie, where there's more than one of them? They just keep trotting out. Win the Dog's 60 years old, and they're like...
That's a question, I don't know.
I'm only here for the SPL content. I was desperately trying not to talk about Rangers. Managers.
Oh, yeah, but it wasn't SPL today. It was Cup.
That's true. My apologies. Yes, I completely... Yes, that's very true. Very well saved for me there. Well done, you. Finland and Norway produce lots of rally drivers. Maybe they have dangerous roads. Maybe there's just no one on their roads. That's what it is. You can go driving all day and you never see another car. That's what that is. So will Abby not have a Talk Sport slot if Spurs get relegated? I think part of the problem I have with Abby Summers is she seems to get booked when she never seems to have anything of interest to say. And I think there's this kind of perception that she's attractive. And that, I'm not here to say she is or isn't attractive. That's a ridiculous conversation. But that shouldn't be enough. You know? Just saying. Thanks, panel and chat, and good night. Mortlicky, Texas. Great to see you, man. She's so Marmite. Not to me. I like Marmite. Ed Gunner. We need to get another dog next year called Champion. Oh, Sack Win. Is that what you said? P45 Win the dog. Or just change his name to One. Or Juan.
What sort of dog, though?
Here's the thing, right? I like Win, but I want a Rottweiler. I want something we can feed people to. Do you know what I mean? I don't want any. I want next time Lee Gunner has something funny to say about Win the dog, I want him to be chased down the road by him. Do you know what I mean?
A Rhodesian Ridgeback.
Yeah, a Tozer.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Oh, God, yeah.
And just so that we're on the same page, I'm not advocating feeding YouTubers I don't like to Rottweilers. If it happens, it happens, but I'm not suggesting it. Please don't make that happen. Thank you. One theory is one of the women players took Win the dog home with them. I think, don't they all surely they don't just leave him at the ground. Someone must take him home. Mortley, Texas.
Oh, I know. Who is it? Oh, God. Who is the Mansfield manager?
Oh, Cluffy.
Yeah, Clough. He's
got a dog as well, yeah.
Yeah, and is that apparently in his office during the match?
Yeah, during a match. But, I mean, like, not at home time, you know.
No. I'm sure people take Win home, don't they? They have to.
We're on the same page. And I do like this as well. Ed Gunner saying they can be mates, you know. You can have two dogs. Yes, they can. Yeah, let's fucking have a kennel of dogs. Fuck it.
That's it.
How do you feel about the whole Win the dog? I like the thing. I mean, do you know what? I just don't. People want to be pissed off about. If you don't like someone, everything they do will annoy you. You know, if you don't like, Abby Summers gets a dog, oh fuck, you look at her getting a dog. You know, and then someone you like gets a dog and go, no, it's good. It's good for the morale, the team. I love it. You know, it's like if you don't like Arteta, there's nothing he's going to do to turn you around. If even winning the league isn't going to turn some of these people around, he didn't win it properly. Oh, fine then.
I just found it funny, you know, with the I'm an Arsenal fan, not an Arteta fan.
Yeah.
When you put that comment about Win, you know, fuck it, he's out.
Yeah. Right.
He's had a dig at Arsenal. He's had a dig at the Arsenal fans. He's had a dig at everything. As soon as he has a dig at Win the dog, he said, right, fuck him.
Yeah, I know, right? It's like, come on, what's Win done?
Yeah.
Seriously. The Football Ramble did a segment on where is Win. Oh, no. I might do that as a Highbury Stadium mystery.
Oh.
Dun, 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 dun. It would be nice to get a bit more coverage in general from the likes of TalkSport. We were in crisis mode for 2 months and no one really covered it much. That's a very, very good point. I wish... That's so true, isn't it? They all chat shit for ages about what's not happening at Arsenal. But there's... Also, I don't think that the whole... I would like to have seen the English football collective get behind Palace. It was disgusting that they weren't allowed in the Europa League. Don't support each other, then you're never going to... I think Talk Sport is literally... It's so many... what's this? Henry Reid's tweets, Talk Sport, Terry Fleurs of the Football Terrace. Everyone's just talking about Arsenal. You know, do you hate Arsenal? Do you love Arsenal? Let us know in the comments below. Meanwhile, there may be other teams. You know, if it's bad, like it is bad. No, I haven't heard anyone talk about Burnley at all this season. Even just to say, oh, they might be going... Nothing. It's like they don't exist.
Yeah. I know Terry Fleurs does, but he's actually defending Arsenal, which I think is all right.
Most of the time, I think Mark Goldbridge, Terry Fleurs, that Alice that you said to watch, I've started watching her a little bit, and she's really, she's like, look, we've got to stop being hypocrites. There's a few that are kind of calling it out as bullshit. But actually, you know what? There are very few people talking about it. I mean, no one's talking about Aston Villa at the moment either, by the way. And 1 minute they're going to win the league. Now they're not, I think the teams, maybe that's normal. Maybe it's always been the case. But no one's talking about Fabian Hertzler at Brighton. Brighton don't get mentioned.
I just found it funny because Villa were going to win the league and they're going to come to Arsenal and beat us and be beaten 4-1 and now we're going to fuck all.
Yeah, but we don't play good football. That was a shit game.
No.
Don't you remember?
Yeah,
that was a really
awful.
shit game. It was really ugly football that night. We could get a chicken and call it relegation. Oh, mate, chicken on a basketball. Win the dog is actually a brilliant culture building tool for an elite environment. Thank you. You've taken that very seriously, and I agree with you. But
hey, that's an idea, isn't it? Have a chicken and call it Spuds.
yeah, and then have it with Spuds.
Yeah, that's it.
Arsenal have not gotten a single red card or conceded a penalty. Great record. That's true, isn't it? God, don't tempt fate. Fucking hell.
Have we not had a penalty against
A penalty
us?
that maybe that. Well, I know we've had penalties because I saw them against Palace, didn't I? But no, actually conceded a penalty. I have a feeling. How confident are you on that, Thomas? Because I can't remember one. In fairness, is Henry Reid the guy on LBC? No, it's Henry Reid's tweets. It's the Henry. That's always doing that. Like I told you, Arsenal are scary. He does that. Always looks like he always in every video looks like he could do with a bit more sleep. He looks a bit like none of the others will remember this, but we're old enough to remember this, Anzi. Do you remember the first Gulf War, the two airwomen that were shot down and they were presented on Iraqi TV and they were both like looking down like that? That's what I always think of when I see him reading tweets. It's like, he does look like someone's just said, right, you're going on camera, you haven't got a choice. Everyone is talking about Arsenal because Arsenal have a through line through just about every football fandom.
Did you remember that young kid who was there with Saddam Hussein?
Yeah, and he was kind of
and
shying
young
away from
people
him. Yeah.
Well,
You're a nonce. Fuck off. Like that. He should have done. That would have been wicked if he was a... Yeah. It's a tough... Is it a through line or a thorough line? Does it have a space? Bit late for me to even get on that one. There we go. Assassa de boy. This week's banter against Arsenal. Arsenal won, but not in an entertaining way. Spurs relegation would ruin an Arsenal league title. Chelsea scored against keepers Arsenal got rid of. Oh, did you? I saw that was what I was going to say on Conquo, who was playing in goal for Wrexham. He was the keeper that we let go. We didn't really want to either. He played for Sturm Graz and he was pretty decent. Everywhere you look, there's ex-Arsenal.
Oh, I know. The amount of Arsenal goalkeepers, especially.
Yeah. Guaranteed red card next game. Leverkusen, not in Europe. Come on. Maybe it's just in the Prem. I'm trying to think. Is there? I feel like we have conceded a penalty. I feel like we have, but I'd have to look that up. Oh, there he is. I looked at the Arsenal website. 40 quid for a toy of Win the Dog. I was fucking flabbergasted. Is that cheap, or did you buy two? Get me one. Anthony, by the price, it's even more crazy how many people you see carrying them and Gunnosaurus teddies. I haven't seen anyone carrying a Gunnosaurus teddy. I certainly haven't. I can't afford it. What would you do with it? Also, that's a bit... Anyway, I can feel myself fading pretty badly. Zandy, it's time now. Let me just read out Boytendiers. There's a lot of former Arsenal and Chelsea Academy players all over the football pyramid. I anticipated the Championship being rather hostile for Spurs. I hope so. I really hope so. Raya did that great double save on a penalty. Hey, that's right, but that's in the Champions League. That's right, that was in the Champions League. And that was last season, wasn't it? That wasn't even this season.
No, that was last season, wasn't it? Mm.
Yeah. At the Emirates, loads of people have them on match days. Bless them. Do you think Pep not being in the stands affects their West Ham game? Oh, has he got sent off? Did he? I think he might have done. The Palace Animal. Listen, first of all, I just want to say it's been brilliant having you on. I will check out your your show and let us know if you ever want to come on. But Zandy, over to you for your last thoughts, and blink because you've frozen on my screen again.
Yeah, Kai Wright had a penalty against us. I'm just checking all through the. Can you hear me?
I hear you loud and clear. Yeah, but your picture's frozen.
It's probably because I'm on the thingy looking at things. So as far as I can see, Kai Wright has had a penalty against us.
That's right. That does ring a bell now that you've said that.
Yeah, but I can't see any others. Mind you, that being said, if the penalty had been saved, it wouldn't show up, would it?
Not on the.
Just
type in. You've got just type in the AI.
But anyway, the AI.
Grace Corey Parker. Oh, something. Do you know what? I've got to stop looking online. Yeah, you know when you go to. Hang on, I'll do it. Wait there. Oh, I've got this. Have Arsenal conceded a penalty, mate? And damn types.
I'm going to talk to it, actually, because it can have a microphone. Have Arsenal conceded a penalty this season?
Oh, he's definitely going to be quicker than me. What's it saying?
Have Arsenal conceded a penalty this season?
Yeah, Arsenal have conceded a total of 3 penalties this season in the Premier League. Ugh. But it doesn't tell you which ones. No, they've scored 3 penalties. No, that's wrong. We've scored 3 penalties.
Yeah.
But we haven't conceded 3. I don't know. Maybe someone else in the chat can use the internet better than us.
I know Saka scored 1 penalty, didn't they? And I think
not
Jokovic
scored, though.
Scored.
We're talking about... we're conceding it. Yes, that was last season. I think record stands. He misses next 2 games. Does he really? Palace, great to see you, mate. It's a damn fine record, by the way. Which would have probably been West Ham and Carabao final, but rules don't allow a manager to miss a final, so he misses their FA Cup quarter final. Oh, really? Imagine him. Yeah, you can't miss a Carabao final. It'd be funny if you watched it from the stands. Is that a rule? Has that really never happened? That's another great one. But listen, Zandy, over to you for last words because I have to get some sleep. I've not been sleeping enough.
Yeah. Chat. I got it right this time. It's been absolutely brilliant tonight.
It was a 50-50 and this time.
I got it right. Yep.
Smashed
You've been brilliant tonight, Dan.
Thank you.
Loving the hair, mate.
Wow. Who knew I had it, eh?
I know. That's it. You've shocked everyone. You've shocked the internet.
Back to merch next week.
That's it. That's it. Oh, yeah. I forgot to say it's been emotional, though.
Yeah, don't forget to say that.
Yeah, I'm really upset that Tottenham are going down this season.
Oh, God. What will we do for banter? It's been great having Palace fan on as well.
It is, yeah, brilliant.
And the rest, and everyone's been brilliant. Absolutely loved it from start to finish. Really good mood. We had one slightly irritating person, but I don't think he's... What I mean slightly irritating, I mean hugely fucking irritating sort of person. I'd rather just bang my head against a brick wall.
But at least it wasn't, I'm an Arsenal fan, not an Arteta fan.
Well, he's banned, so I can't.
And no one's had a go at Win the Dog, which is
no one ever go at Win the Dog. That's my puppy. But anyway, and Rosie. Rosie's been outstanding.
She always is.
She is always outstanding.
Apart from the fact that she got the Henry bit wrong.
She doesn't know a snooker. That's fair.
I know.
Maybe she's a bit too nationalistic for snooker. I'm sure there are other good Scottish snooker players, aren't there? No, it's pretty much just Stephen Hendry, isn't it?
I can hear crickets.
Yeah, which would have probably been West. So anyway, yes, fantastic. I'm going to leave you all with a bit of a Scar song because that's the one that's going to be out tomorrow. It's in the music playlist. I think most of them are.
See you Tuesday.
Oi, careful.
And I'm going to say bye before I get cut off.
All right. Until I see yous all again on Tuesday night at 10:30 p.m. here at the Adams Arms. There may be a little video or two before then, and I am delighted that you've joined us. It was been a fantastic stream. Until I see you again. I don't know how to do this now. I can't. How do I play this song?
Oh, God.
I can't. There we go.
There is no jealousy whatsoever with playing such disgusting, anti-football, anti-entertainment.
They say we're boring every week. They say we park the bus. They say the football's negative. They're always judging us. They say it isn't pretty. They say it isn't fair. But funny how the scoreboard says we're winning everywhere. They write their headlines, shout on TV, but the table don't lie. It speaks for me. Intensity, don't care. Say it everywhere. Asterisk, put it there. We still won't, don't care. Intensity, don't care. Sing it out everywhere. Call it boring if you dare. We still won't care. They hate the way we pass the ball. They hate the way we play. They hate the way we win the points and calmly walk away. They say it's not exciting. They say it's not to see. But funny how the boring team sits top of the league. They moan and groan, they shout no flair. But check the table, we're still there. Intended, don't care. Say it loud everywhere. Asterisk, put it there. We still won't, don't care. Intended, don't care. Sing it out everywhere. Call it boring if you dare. We still won't, don't care. But don't care. They say it's boring football. We don't care. They say there should be a star. Put it there. They write their story, scream unfair. We still won't, don't care. Intended, don't care. Say it loud everywhere. Asterisk, put it there. We still won't, don't care. Intended, don't care. Sing it out everywhere. Call it boring if you dare. We still won't, don't care.
And this is where the league's fallen down, in my opinion. Because if we're playing rugby matches, I could watch the Six Nations, and I hate rugby.